Fries are done.
Let's start
Ding,
talking
fries
about
are done.
Kathy.
Ding, fries are done.
Yeah.
Talk about what?
Kathy.
Kathy Comics. They're the best. I've got the anthology.
Do you?
No.
How many books did she put out? Because it's a woman comic writer and
Yeah.
artist, wasn't it?
Yeah, and her name was
And
Kathy.
her name was Kathy.
Yeah, exactly. It was a big stretch for her and coming up with that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh my god.
Right, the act thing.
And then Attack from Mars stole it.
No.
Ack.
I wonder when when she stopped making those. I'm gonna look that up.
I don't know.
Is she?
I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
She wasn't too bad. Like sometimes you find something kind of humorous where you kind of go like that. But like families,
that's it. It was barely a chuckle.
But like Family Circus,
Yeah.
I thought that was completely unfunny and needed to die. That
100%. The only Family Circuses that I ever enjoyed reading were the ones with the dotted lines.
They go the kid walking around.
Yeah, it was the Sunday episodes, and they would have the kid doing all kinds of crazy stuff to go do something stupid.
Yeah,
like Mom, I came back in because I wanted a snack or something. It was like not even funny.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed like looking at the artist going, and then he went and he swung in the swing and he jumped in the barrel next to the dog and he crawled out the bottom and he went.
I got tired of those, so I liked it like maybe the one or two times, and then I didn't want to see
those are the only ones I looked forward to.
Yeah.
The rest of them were fucking terrible.
Kathy was on. I'll just say 34 years. 34 years that ran. Not on, but you know what I mean. She did
syndicated.
Yeah. Newspapers near you. 1976 until 2010. 10.
And then
well, good on you. Good year, Kathy. That's a good.
Yeah.
That was one hell of a run.
I'm doing 34 years of this fucking podcast, and then I'm fucking done.
Yeah. That's your name.
Just saying.
I'm making you stay, buddy.
Otherwise, we'll never start on time.
Let's go for 134.
This is going to keep me alive during my retirement. Something to look forward to. If you have nothing to look forward to, those are the ones that die.
Yeah.
Right?
Fair enough.
Especially when they retire from their job, and they don't have a goal or a mission or
right.
Nobody needs you anymore. You're like, well, I might as well die.
Yeah, you got nothing to do with protect your lawn. Get off my lawn.
You damn kids.
Yeah. Right. But we are talking about 31 years in the future now.
Well, not for me. Not for me. I'm a little sooner.
Well, no. Like so if we do 34 years.
Oh, 34 years. Yeah.
And then I'm like, that's like we've done this for 3-4 years, whatever. So 30 years more. How old are you going to be?
No, 5 years or something. I think.
Yeah.
5 years. All right, whatever.
The time flies when you're hanging with friends.
2015.
Every Tuesday.
It's hard to believe we've been doing this for 5 years. I think it's been 5 years.
2015,
to
16,
our viewers,
17,
it probably feels like 10.
4 years?
It'll be 5 years first show of July.
Wow. See where it's on top
anniversary
of it.
show.
We should do a little popper. Although this is our 175th episode.
Oh.
Which I put into our email there, the proper, which I will not pronounce.
Jim, where's Boot to the Head? We got to start the show.
Maybe Steve will pronounce that one.
He's getting his pizza rolls.
Getting his dinner out of the oven.
Put down the Shirley Long Temple, or whatever the hell it's called.
Shirley Long Temple?
Shirley Temple.
Was that a Shelley Long Shirley Temple mashup there?
Sure.
That reminds me. Do you
I've been
guys
up since
know?
5. Leave me alone.
Do you know?
I'm just going with it.
Stone Temple Pilots. What their original name was? Did I talk about this before?
No.
It used to be the first letters used to be Shirley Temple's pussy.
I think I've heard that before.
That's what they were when they were just like starting out and stuff and garage banding it, and going to bars and stuff. But then when they got a label and stuff, like, you guys got to change the name.
I think I saw them in like 91 at Red Rocks, actually, here in Denver.
Oh, okay.
With Butthole Surfers and.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember who else played with them, but yeah, it was a good show. I mean, they just played basically their first album because that was all they had at the time.
Yeah.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
I like them.
I was there with a girl who really liked it, so that was fun.
Yeah, that's always a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just think it's funny that they use that name. Shirley, I mean, something so pure and innocent like Shirley Temple, and then call it that is like shockingly funny.
And they had like the oil tie-in, right? The STP oil thing was like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yep. Anyway, everybody, welcome to the Arcade Hangout. Jim, play Boot to the Head. Uh-oh. He's got to look for it. He's got to turn on his command center. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So it's time for the last 10 minutes. This is the real start of the show.
Yeah. See, we would have gotten dinged by now if we can't play this.
Tequila.
Anyway, welcome to the Arcade Hangout, America's favorite
A hard cut.
live arcade podcast, coming at you from Elon Musk's satellite in outer space down to your homes. And I know you're listening to us while you're working on arcade machines right now.
Wow.
Hopefully you are. I am one of your hosts, Mock the Magic Man, and with us today so far is 34K, Carrie,
Eating.
Jim Bodini, and fucking Seabart.
Also not there.
No, it's the three of us for now. More people will join. Hopefully, Orange Whip will join us. That's the first of my arcade news. That the papers have come off the windows, everyone. Will this arcade open this week or next week? I think maybe.
I know. We should get like an opening night walkthrough from Orange Whip, even if he doesn't do it on a Tuesday night.
And the cookies are in this corner.
I was hoping he was going to come on tonight to show his where he's at. He's got to be like ready to open, right? I'd hope.
I would hope. He loses money every day he's not open. Right?
I know. He's got to. I'm like, God, I can't believe he's not open yet. So I would have just said, fuck the inspector. We're open.
What's the worst that could happen? Someone gets electrocuted and...
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't know.
We're not teaching monitor workshops in here. They're just come in here and eat some nachos and play some games.
Yeah. So happy for Orange Whip. Orange Whip is the originator, one of the original hosts of the show. He's been working hard for about a year, putting together his arcade from many warehouses of arcade machines. He's put together an arcade. It took him a long time to find a location. And for the past year, he's been building the inside structurally, putting up walls and putting in sinks and whatnots,
bars and
places to eat, and
electrical
getting electrical toilets ready, lights, getting machines ready, paying for a tree out front that he doesn't own,
painting his bathroom Donkey Kong blue.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right. Donkey Kong blue
orange.
Bathroom. Until someone writes "big hairy pussy" on the window.
Oh.
On the mirror. Wasn't that from Fast Times?
Yeah. He's talking to it. Lisa.
Wouldn't that be funny if someone just put that on there?
Well, he's supposed to invite us up there.
Yeah. How many tanks do you have? I got to do an upper decker in each one.
Lisa, I don't know how to say this, but I think we need our own space. Oh, don't do that, please. Don't. That's right. That's right before he the fucker comes into the restaurant and is complaining about the food.
That would happen all the time when I worked fast food, and I just didn't give a shit. I went, okay, here you go. What do I care that he didn't?
Shut up! I'm going to kick 100%.
Yeah, I worked at Wendy's, and they would eat all the hamburger, but like 2 bites, and go, "This didn't have a pickle," and then they want another whole hamburger.
No, it's like, here's a fucking pickle.
Yeah. No,
for your
by management, we have to take it back. We have to take it back, throw it in the trash, and make them another one. Here you
Whatever.
go.
It costs Wendy's, 12
what do I
cents
care
to make that fucking burger?
I'm getting $3 an hour.
Two
back
fucks.
then.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're making like totally minimum wage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you 2. I'll give you 6.
Just enough to support my weed habit.
And get out of my face.
That's right. Just supporting your
weed or support my Lucky Lager. That's all I could afford.
Let's go!
Okay. So anyway, that's that news. Hopefully, Orange Whip will join us later today and can give a tour of his arcade. I mean, we did do a little tour, but it was still a really early work in progress. So, I'm sure he's got more machines and stuff in there now. So, hopefully, that'll happen tonight.
Yeah, he teased that he might show up, but he also said that he probably was too tired. So we'll see.
Yeah. Should I keep going with the news, or should we have Jim play the disclaimer? Okay.
Oh, what are you disclaimer? If Carrie doesn't need to be for that.
No. In fact, we now have 4. We've played 2. We recorded one over the weekend.
I went back and listened to the one I missed because I went to go get a drink or something. So play the one that you didn't play last week.
You're right. Let's see here. Share this.
3.
And...
Oh yeah, I need to present you. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea.
This is like way too much fucking work for this now.
It is. It started off easy. It should just be like a one button.
And now it's
well, he could just play it if you don't want to see the words. But
that's true.
The part of the whole
that sells. Yeah,
that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Please be advised that the Arcade Hangout is not a show and not originally intended for audiences. Benefits to watching the Arcade Hangout are minimal, and you may experience adverse side effects, included but not limited to wasting part of your life and questioning your decision-making. Viewers and listeners of the Arcade Hangout will be exposed to the visuals and/or auditory sounds of eating, drinking, vaping, and burping. Instances of exposure to the noise of farting and urination are rare, but have also been reported. Those sensitive to the broadcasting of such activities are advised to immediately cease all participation in this podcast. If while watching the Arcade Hangout you experience signs of nausea, dizziness, or the urge to vent your spleen on social media about your disgust at the broadcast, you may be having an adverse reaction to the Arcade Hangout and are urged to grow a spine. If you experience an erection lasting more than 4 hours, that's probably unrelated to the Arcade Hangout, but we'd love to hear about it. Contact us about being a guest.
See, that's different. I haven't heard that one. I like that one.
Venting your spleen. Wow.
And it's just fast enough where I can still understand it.
Yeah. You'll like the one we recorded over the weekend. That one's more in line with like those like FBI warnings that you'd get at before a lot of the VHS tape stuff. Although they did put some of that on DVDs too, like early DVDs that were released. That carried over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's isn't it funny how like FBI stuff, like why are they even dealing with that kind of stuff? Don't they have other things to worry about?
Like our president?
Yeah. Well, he's wrong. That was great. Anyway, this isn't a political show. This is an arcade show, and we're going to talk about arcade stuff. So, yes, we're a group of friends that like to get together once a week and talk about arcade machines, and we could talk about movies and media and fun and penis and all that kind of stuff. So, I want to talk about a few things. I think we touched on. Remember, I talked about the One Up company that makes those shitty cabinets, and they made this. They're going to make a Turtles and Okay, so I don't know if we talked about it, but I want to talk about real quick the Star Wars game that they revealed at E3. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah.
So I believe it is. It's using a regular digital monitor, an LCD.
Yeah, they did not cram a vector monitor into that.
Yeah, but it's not a vector monitor. So
for $100.
I don't know. No, it's gonna be $300 something. I think it's gonna be more because of the yoke. It actually that's the part I'm getting to is So it comes with Star Wars and the mod for it that was the Empire Strikes Back, which sucks. Well, I don't like it. If you like it, I'm sorry. All right. I didn't really like it.
Just to rebut there, I think that like if you have a Star Wars upright, having Empire as a bonus game with it is fun.
Cool.
It's not a fun game. If I had a dedicated Empire, I'd be like,
no. And there is a kit for it too to turn it into one.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because that was the original factory thing, or in the field upgrade thing was to upgrade him to an Empire. But like, I would never. And actually, it came with like a sticker you put over the marquee.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And put on the side art.
I thought it was a brand new marquee. I didn't know.
Yeah, no. They just.
Oh, that's cheesy.
So
it's not great. It's okay.
A standalone. No way. I mean, if you had both in infinite space, sure, why not? But.
It's weird because you start out as a snow speeder, which is one of the cooler levels.
Yeah,
where you shoot down the walkers and ATSTs and
you're flying between those guys and then killing the guys.
ATST, and your thumbs shoot something different than lasers.
Yeah,
they shoot the grapple.
Yep,
they shoot the grapple hook, and then you just shoot at their legs and they go crumbling down. If you shoot your lasers into their eyes, they die too, which is really hard to do though. But
it's like the Atari Empire Strikes Back. You know, you have to shoot them like right above their head, like in their neck.
Right. Well, if you look closely, there's a little red strip for their eyes.
Yeah,
I think that's what I think you're supposed to shoot there. No.
Was it? I thought it was right behind their.
Oh, really?
I might be remembering it wrong.
I thought it was the red eyes, but
it might be the red eyes.
Could be wrong. Well,
it's been a long time.
I just know that there was a level that was I could never see. I've never seen anybody pass it. It's where the snow droids shoot out those radio
signals.
The radio signals. Yeah, the Wi-Fi.
The Empire. Yeah, that's the Wi-Fi. They're
it shoots Wi-Fi signals up.
Yep, to let them know where they're going to be.
Where the base is. Yeah, and I've never seen anybody finish that without losing because it's so hard to hit those things. Right?
Oh,
can you do it?
I can definitely run several rounds of Empire.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Well, you just suck.
I suck.
Well, I mean, the whole thing is it's like it's the game is not about. So they add the Jedi thing.
Yeah, you got to spell Jedi,
right? So there's certain challenges on every level where you get a letter, right? So the first level you get a J, then an E, then a D, and an I. And so for each level you have to. It's like the thing with use the Force.
Yeah.
In the first game, right, where it's like you don't shoot on the trench run, then you get the big bonus.
Yep.
Just for dodging everything and then just killing the Death Star. So it's like that, and that gives you the big bonus at the end, and then Darth Vader comes out and says, you know.
Yeah, that's right. They digitally, they vectorized Darth Vader. That's kind of
the end of it. No, so I mean, I think the game is fun as an add-on. If you already have a Star Wars, you should definitely have an ESB kit in your Star Wars because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. It's like you know, why not? You know,
it's a free game, but would you have a factory dedicated Empire?
Yeah,
I would say no fucking way.
So here's my where I was going with this is that I find it interesting that it has both those games there, and you get
Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, which is a raster game. Now here's the thing that I think is at least cool that at least they did it. I'm shocked that they did it. Is that they have in the yoke.
Yeah,
the real yoke.
But who?
So is that the company that we gave away a yoke for a prize for?
That would be amazing drinkers? Because that's like
quality
$600 part.
Yeah.
Right. So if that thing's not made out of fucking cardboard, it would be like, here's our pro advice to you guys. When the shit comes out, if that thing is made out of metal, everybody go out and buy every one of those things they can.
It just like it.
Keep the yoke. Set the rest of the shit on fire.
Oh, Dell's Arcade says it's not a real yoke. How do you know that? Have you played it?
It can't be. Probably
it can't be.
All right, so he's saying it's a cheap mouse hack. No,
well, we don't know for sure.
But see, that doesn't matter if it's something that you could retrofit into it. I'm just saying that's like a $600.
Yeah, it's running MAME, of course, probably something like that.
Who cares about that? The rest of it's garbage.
I just think it's cool that they have a yoke in it. I'm shocked that they have that in there at all.
We know it's not factory delusional. Why don't you just come in fucking the show?
Yeah, just come on here already, fuckface.
The conversation. That's fine. That's great. MAME runs on a mouse and trackball, and Steve plays it on his game. But like
on a trackball,
I'm talking about the metal part. Exactly.
YouTube
just nailed it. It's like I'm just talking about the metal bits, the actual thing. Doesn't feel good.
Okay, so
lovely metal bits.
I watched some YouTube videos of people talking about it and stuff, and they said that it feels almost just like the arcade one. So whether or not it's cheap or not, the fact what it looks like, it even says Atari on it, and and all that.
The difference is the whole cabinet moves when you turn the.
You turn the whole cabinet tilts.
Seriously, this is the $300. Throw everything else away. Keep the yoke if it's good. And we don't know if it's good or not.
It's like a candy wrapper.
I want to try it.
I want to try it too.
Yeah. So I was just wondering if we could, if anybody, so if people that don't know that are listening right now,
just like picking up a cabinet.
It just lifts right off the ground.
Like literally taking off the ground.
That's why you move the whole game. You just grab it by the yoke and just set it down.
Let's see. They weren't working with one up on the. See, I was wondering if so for Grinkers, for people that don't know, last year's Grinkers 6, what was the name of that company that gave away a yoke? We had a contest.
Yeah.
Actually, they threw the contest. We just had it part of our Grinkers, where it was just a contest on Star Wars sit down
that was
cockpit.
Alan
Cockpit. Alan won. That's right.
Thank you.
Alan won. Thank you,
Oh,
Seabart.
They got a pretty good turnout for that, didn't they?
Oh yeah, and
Yep.
I tried to do it, but the first prize was their yoke, which is awesome, and it looks like that looked like quality to me. So I'm wondering if they had a sponsorship with them, or if they just tried to put together. Because why would you reinvent the wheel if you already know there's a Allen One product out there? Because I mean, this thing is shaped exactly like what?
Yeah. Cost.
Well, cost.
Yeah.
Maybe they gave them a cut when. Okay, we're gonna sell. 10,000 of them. You guys get us give it, instead of 600, it's 300 or whatever. I don't know.
And by the way, for all the arguments, all right. So this is a total pipe dream, but you could take an Allen One yoke, right, with its proper potentiometers in it. It's beautifully made handle. We actually got to play it last year, like I said, at Grinkers. They put it into the cockpit. So you had
that's right. It was in there. Yeah, it was
you
in
had
there.
to play their fucking controller,
and nobody could tell a difference.
And it was perfect.
It was awesome. Yeah.
The feel of it, everything was amazing. But yeah, so if you take all those things and they then sold it to this company,
how cool would that be? We got to contact them. And who's does Gak the contact with Allen One?
He was.
Okay, Gak, where are you? Get in here.
I was just drawing shit.
Yeah, same here. By the way, your stuff's coming out awesome so far.
Yeah, thank you.
We won't say what it is, but
no. Well, I think if you guys, we have a meeting this Thursday. So if you guys are thumbs up on the artwork I've done so far, we can at least post it as teaser stuff.
I think we should. Yeah. Carrie, where are you? What do you guys, Seabart, Jim? What do you think? Thumbs up.
The artwork's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so we have one part and one thumbs up. That sounds
that was crazy good timing. It just happened to.
Mean Green says apparently One Up has reached out to them to further discuss with them.
So that's what I was going to say. It's like if they did that, there is it's the name of the company that we shall not name, I guess. Fuck it, whatever. Ram Controls made a Star Wars.
We've been shut down.
Okay. Fuck them.
There we go. A Star Wars to USB adapter, which you could plug into the yoke, so that I think it's 12 pin on the back of the yoke, which then turns it into a USB thing, which you then could plug into a computer and play it on main. Right?
Yay!
Fuck, you should know this, right?
I don't, because I don't have that on my cabinet yet.
Yet. Well, talk to me, bro. I have a spare yoke, and I actually have the Rams. I know. I have the Rams controller, fucking USB thing.
Oh wow! Those are just backup for your Star Wars.
Well, yeah. So I bought a second one as a backup.
Oh wow!
But yeah, I got the Rams thing. That was so. Yeah, after the whole Rams debacle, terrible admission here, but I got a rebuild kit and one of those yoke adapters. I don't know. What year is it? 7 or 8 years ago.
Well, you have it if you need it. You never know. You never know.
Anyway, it would be awesome to give it to like someone like Steve who wanted to like turn it into like a,
I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't. But
you'd be like throwing it in the trash.
No, I wouldn't do that either. I give it away as a prize at Grinkers.
It was encouraging MAME at that point. So
I already got a complicated, god awful controller on my main machine that I don't want to add to the nightmare.
you don't want a strap on? I mean, come on.
I got a story about Robotron, by the way.
So just real quick, just to finish it out, the whole point of that was it's very, very possible that you could put a actual controller with real potentiometers, with a real harness, with an adapter that would work for this fucking system. But we're talking about hundreds of dollars more than the whole system together.
Yeah, then it's worth. Yeah.
So,
but who knows that maybe that Allen One doesn't have a little adapter that they could go and work with, these One Up guys.
This is the ultimate hack. This would be like,
okay,
Steve, go buy one of these things.
Yeah, check out YouTube and people are saying that it was felt just like the arcade. So, but who knows? Those are people that probably don't even remember the arcade one. So,
right.
I know I'm interested. I want to check it out. It's cool. But finally, One Up does something cool. I mean, I'm surprised it doesn't have a red joystick on it. Yay, Star Wars!
Yeah. With like a button on top. Where it's like, that's the game. Yay.
It's got a Tron joystick.
Silkworm.
Just like the real arcade game.
Yeah.
Tron joystick on there.
Tron joystick. Finally,
you push up, it goes straight up really fast. Like, wait, I gotta get it right in the middle. I gotta get in the middle. Yeah,
it's like trying to play Arkanoid with a keyboard.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's got a specialty control, you know.
Yeah.
It's like playing in Paperboy with a joystick. It's just it's too hard.
Anything that requires like analog or potentiometers or any of that stuff.
Forget it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Robotron.
Sorry,
Sorry, that's a good point too, though. But like the joystick or the yoke, that has to be analog. Because you can't play that full up, full down, full left, full right. You have to be able to analog and
you have to be able to finesse it,
dip and swoop and stuff like that, especially for the trench run. Like, how would you do a perfectly? I know you like that. That was my dance.
I like that. That was
my Star Wars dance move to the trench there.
Do the yoke. Do the yoke.
Do the yoke up high, down low, middle left. Down low, top right.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about this episode ever again. Skip ahead about 15, 20 minutes.
This is a terrible thing.
Prepare to fast forward. Fast forward.
This prepared stuff. Just do it.
Just do it already.
But no, that's a really
why are we always preparing?
Important point though. Yep. Yes, the fucking pith helmet on.
Wait, now is now.
Now.
It's happening
now. That's my favorite part of that
movie.
Yeah. Oh, you just missed it.
What am I looking at? What am I looking at?
You're looking at now.
You're looking at now.
Instant.
Now.
Instant cassette tapes. Yeah.
Oh, that was so funny.
But yeah, so like, there's no way that game would play right at all unless that is somehow an analog input. And maybe,
it has to be.
And maybe Delusional's right. It's some sort of mouse input that they figured out, or trackball thing that they figured out to make it work. But
it's just a little old like trackball,
like a ball mouse,
a little ball. And it gets all. You have to clean it every once in a while. It gets all gummy.
The gummy, nasty stuff on the rollers. You got to pick it off with your fingernail.
That would be funny. You open it up and it's just like touching a trackball underneath.
you can shake it and hear the ball.
I wouldn't doubt it, right? It's got like a little rubber stick touching the ball.
Give it a good shake. You can hear it.
That's right. Just knock it free.
All
right, sorry.
Okay, so quick around Robotron. Just real quick that my daughter's boyfriend, they've been dating for about 6 months or something right now. Good guy. Yeah, he's 21, I think, and he loves retro arcade games. In fact, he's like really good at Galaga and Miss Pac-Man and stuff like that.
He's part of the family.
Yeah, he loves retro because him and his family would play that stuff on their. They used to play it on like one of those compilation packs. Like remember the PlayStation came out with the Namco collection that each letter was an N, and it had a collection on each letter. Spelling Namco. Well, they used to love playing that. That was one of their favorite packs to play. So anyway, he's never played Robotron. And I told him, hey, you haven't checked out my new Robotron game. You want to check it out? And he's like, he's never touched it before, right? So I brought him in, turned on the machine, and holy shit, he was hooked. He was on it for like a good hour or so. Solid.
Nice.
He just like after a game went over, start again.
Yeah.
So game over, start again. Start again.
How did you feel about the music after about an hour or so?
No, it didn't bother me. I doesn't have music.
I'm sorry.
But what's funny is that since he's young and his reflexes are like a cat because he's 21 years old, he plays the game totally different than I do. Like he'll stop and then shoot stuff, move, stop. And he's really articulate with how he moves the robot guy, the Roboton guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. It's like I wish I could play like that.
Get out of here and
get out of here.
Whenever my daughter again.
The entire time.
Yeah.
How do you play, Steve?
He was like, well, I keep moving usually. I don't usually stop too often unless I'm getting shot by these. What are those little guys called? That spawn from the
Enforcers.
Enforcers, yeah. So he said he couldn't believe how addicting it was. He's like, I just got it's just like one more game, that kind of thing. And he kept
the reason why I asked Steve, and I don't mean to interrupt the story, but like like how you like when you get good at a game, it's like it slows down. It's like so the way I equate it, and maybe this makes sense to anyone, I don't know if it will, but like punk rock music, right? There's a lot of like punk music where it's like they say the lyrics really fucking fast, and the first time you hear it, you're like, I hear there's words in there, but it's so fucking fast, and I can barely understand what they're saying. But as you listen to it a couple times, it's like, oh, the music slows down.
Oh, you pick it up, yeah.
And then you know the lyrics, like, oh, he's saying this and then this. He's not speaking fast. He's just speaking faster than I'm used to. So it's like that with games, right? Where it's like any game, right? Like it's just slows down. It's like not as fast and frantic as it was before. And so you can start doing that stuff where you need to pause, with Robotron, right? So you need to like pause here because someone's going to shoot at you, and if you wait for them to shoot at you, then you can move a little bit, just jink a little bit. This is like a karate thing for Jim.
Yeah, because they follow you and they purposely track where you're going. So I've learned to like not move in a straight line all the time, and
so you just
pause once in a while.
Stop doing that. It's like stop for a second just to like kind of trick them, and then you can. Oh yeah, they're gonna. If I stop here, then they'll shoot there. I'll jog left, and then. Shoot where they need to.
That's what I try to do most of the time. I've learned some tricks and stuff, and he couldn't get past level 8, and I can get usually to level 9 to 15, depends on the game.
What's your best score?
300 and something, 1,000, something like that.
Yeah. If he gets close, you gotta kick him out.
Yeah, I'm like, I said, this is the score right here because I got the battery in it, to keep the score. So I'm like, that's my score right there. Beat that right there. Yeah. And he was actually really trying to beat it, So I was having a great time with him, and I was playing pinball while he's playing Robotron. And then, of course, my daughter has to come in and drag him out. He's like, I'm going upstairs.
Wow.
And that kind of means, like, you better come up too, because... that
was the whipper on the neck.
Yeah, it's like, you're having too much fun down here. Yeah. So I actually left him. I go, here, you go ahead and practice whatever. You stay as long as you want. And I went back and watched TV with the wife. And then he comes out about 20 minutes. He was in there another 20 minutes, so an hour and a half almost, playing Robotron. So I don't know. I got a kick out of that. That's always cool when you see something like that. But someone that's never played the game before that got hooked in. Yeah, so awesome. I thought that was really cool. He's like, man, this is so addicting. It's like one of those just one more game kind of games, because I could do better, and he would do a little better every time, almost. So, yeah.
Well, and Robotron, like it almost like the way that it plays and how fast it can play, it could almost be like a phone game or an iPad game or something like that, right?
Yeah, a quick.
It's like it's
pick up and play and
play it, and it's not like involved. The story's not deep. It's like you just pick it up. It's a casual game.
And this is way better than Candy Crush.
It's so approachable because it's just movement and shoot. I mean,
it's
right, Carrie.
Immediately.
Well, and I like the fact that it's dual joystick because then it doesn't make my poor carpal tunnel fingers and hands hurt. Because I can do this all day, but doing that with the button gets really exactly. Well, you know the way I play.
I mean,
she should not get one of those one-up cabinets.
No.
I mean,
you compare the whole thing over.
That thing will be destroyed after 2 games.
Like she'll push the buttons through the fucking panel. The joystick will be like dangling by its fucking wires.
They better not come out with a good shooter. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Pressed cardboard. Hey, we pressed it really good.
and yet she still likes Defender with a white button. With so many fucking carpal tunnel buttons.
It is. It's carpal tunnel times 10.
I know. Her next game is going to be.
It's strategic.
Asteroids Deluxe is what I envision next.
Oh, I have that.
Well, see, there you go.
Well,
never mind.
Yep. You were psychic. You were a physic.
It was like a reverse psychic thing. You have to. I'm sorry, I didn't know you had. I forgot.
Yeah, I picked it. It was part of the Gino gets a Gravatar pickup because it had to be a two game. It was that and Asteroids Deluxe were for sale, and so I was like, yeah, no, I'll get the Asteroids Deluxe because they're kind of cool looking and
That's
classic game. Then I'm like, actually, I really like the game.
No, it's a great game.
So
yeah.
But
Hey,
it's just nothing but buttons and carpal tunnel.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
That's the reason
I have to
I
say,
was saying.
it's not as bad as some of the games, like, because it's not as it's more. It is, as I was joking about the strategery, but to me, like playing Defender, I'm not like constantly hitting the button. Unlike Gaplus, that's one of the games that it's like, because it's like, how quickly can I hit this button?
It's the fire button, yeah.
And that.
Wait, but like I thought girls were really good at this.
Well, I've just used it so much that it's tired.
Steve's like, fuck it, no, you just used 2. What are you? You're doing it wrong.
We take a little more training. Yeah.
I was thinking like the diddle. Steve's like, yeah, no, mash it.
Yeah,
mash
it. Diddle the skittle.
Tickle the bean.
There are some buttons that should not be mashed.
Yeah. Wow. You're gonna rub the S off of it.
That button's not green, it's brown.
Pink to red.
Beware the starburst.
Actually, I got some other arcade news.
You just made YouTube punk blush, I think.
By the way. Okay, so have you guys ever played Castlevania, the Symphony of the Night on PlayStation 1?
That's too new.
No.
We don't talk about such things.
PlayStation 1?
Yeah, PlayStation 1.
That's practically brand new.
But it's Castlevania, but it's Symphony of the Night, where it's like Metroid, where you travel through. Well, 4 years in development, and the original creator of that game wanted to make a sort of a pseudo sequel, and it's called Bloodstained: Ritual of the Night. And he got $6 million on a Kickstarter, but it took 4 years to make it. So everyone was wondering if it was even going to fucking come out. But it finally did. It came out today or yesterday, and reviews have been super stellar. So if you guys like the Metroid, Castlevania type games, it's out on everything. It's like, I think it's on Steam.
The kids call that a Metroidvania.
Yeah, Metroidvania. I wasn't going to say that because
I know
what Metroid is, but
it's a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. Those games are very, to me, I think, like a lot of fun. I love Symphony of the Night. That was a blast. So this game, if you guys want to check it out later on YouTube, I'll put a link in the
fuck, is Seabar setting up a stage or something?
It's a 2D game though, but with 3D graphics in the background, kind of a, as you're like walking, the 3D moves in the background, but it's all 2D action. So I brought it to everyone's attention just because it's Castlevania sort of game. But it looks super fun and looks amazing. So you guys might want to look into that because it's
sweet.
Yeah. What's the original creator? Koji Ikarachi? I don't know. I'm not good with Japanese names, but anyway, so that's cool. So check that out. That's a little bit arcade news. Time Runner. Our good old friend Time Runner. Oh, hey, Jerry's here. Straight from Australia. Hey, Jerry.
What's up,
morning.
How you going?
Yo. Time Runner. We all know Time Runner. Comes on the show once in a while. He just got, and he's putting into his house, a Black Knight 2000. So let's all call him fucker at the same time.
Nice.
Or how are the music?
Top note, bottom note, top note.
No way.
Suddenly there's this really high pitch. That was their original idea for the music. They had like a whole female orchestra.
Falsetto, yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, we got it. It needs to be bassier.
I don't know of any pinball games at that time when that came out that had singing and music like that.
No.
I don't think there was, right?
That music.
No.
That was the whole point of the design of that game, was the music.
It was so cool.
That music inspired Power Rangers, didn't it?
Probably.
Go Power
New teens with attitudes.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, the music's fun in that game, and I'm a little jealous, I have to say.
I've been working on Super Stearns, who has one of those things and has had for the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I work on him every single time I talk to him.
Yeah.
He won't sell it.
One of these days. So anyway, I thought that was cool that he got one, and I was happy for him. But I was like, oh, you bastard.
Andrew, you should just do
No
a mod
way.
on your just do a mod on your Ghostbusters. Put the Black Knight music in there, and then you have a whole new game.
Yeah.
I would do that in a
Do that.
heartbeat. If
do
someone
that.
has a mod out there, I can fucking reflash Ghostbusters to the fucking Black Knight
Black
song.
Knight.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
You're lucky it'll be the attract mode for Roadrunner, though.
Oh God.
Somebody
One of you
just
fuckers
added
would
it.
sneak that in. One of you fuckers would be like, all right.
Beep beep.
That would be the midnight madness mode or whatever.
Yeah, right.
It's just
Yeah.
all
That
That's our
constantly
version
going.
of being Rickrolled.
Yeah,
That and don't forget
and the
Popeye.
Popeye.
Put Popeye in there. Yeah. Doot, 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 doot.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
We throw a little Xebius in, and it's a
Of all you guys, Keith would be the one who would do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that Guardians of the Galaxy mod is just freaking awesome, though. So
Yeah.
if you ever get a chance to play that,
All right,
that
so
is definitely awesome.
open offer. Anyone wants to, Ghostbusters Premium?
With
Just
Guardians.
saying. Guardians.
Whoop whoop.
Have fucking trade.
Probably not going to happen.
Shut up.
Why do you gotta rain on? Why do you
Yeah.
gotta jizz on this parade?
Eat a dick from the
I was playing a Champion Pub last night. Fuck, that's a fun game. That's super.
Oh, the boxing.
yeah, it's
pinball
really
game.
good.
Keith
Yeah, I
used to
played
have
for
one. I
2
used to play it
hours.
a lot there.
I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. I'd never played it before till last night. It's great.
So one cool thing about that game is once you've beat all the boxers, then you get to put the money that you've made fighting them. You can for the next boxers, you can bet how much money you think you can win.
Oh, really?
So you can bet on yourself, basically.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
So if you know what type of fighter they are or how hard they are to beat, yeah, you can bet certain amounts of money. So that's
I
kind of
only
a cool
beat 2
feature.
fighters. That was my record so far. It's just 2.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
Once you play it a few times, it gets really easy, and you start blowing through all the boxers. And
Yeah, it was
I
the
think
first time I played it. So,
yeah. No, it's a pretty fun game. Yeah, I like the jump rope sequence. It's kind of
yeah,
cool.
that's it. This game was really fun. It was really good.
So people that don't know, in the upper left-hand corner, the ball stays in this corner, and there's a metal bracket that's kind of thick that acts like a jump rope, and it goes around. And you got to hit the flippers, and it'll pop the ball up in the air, and you got to jump rope over the metal thing going around. And I think does it go faster and faster? I think
It goes faster, slower. It just keeps changing. So
yeah, it kind of changes speed, but you kind of do it as long as you can, and
yeah,
you get a whole bunch of points.
I got 21 was my max I got, which is pretty good.
Oh, that's really good. No, that's pretty good.
I did the poker game thing that you get on it, the video mode of the poker game.
I haven't done that.
Okay, you unlock that depending on which fighter you win, and you get 5 cards to see if you get the best poker hand. You can change 2 cards, whatever, to get the best hand. My first hand, I didn't have to change any cards at all. I got a royal flush. And it gave me shitloads of points. I was like, yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. That's a fun pin. If you guys ever get a chance to play that one,
Yeah, it's I want one.
It's a good time. It's a good time. The only thing I think is just from because Keith had it and I played it over there a lot. It's actually gets really easy. It's actually one of those pins that's you'll master too quickly. So just be warned about that. That you might get tired of it within a month or 2. You'll be like, you're already like getting to the end every time and playing long games because. Yeah, you get.
Well, I can't afford
good
one
at
anyway,
it.
So.
Yeah,
my friend picked it up the other day. It's really good condition, and it was $5,500. So.
Yeah, that's about what that one goes for.
Oh, really?
But, yeah, Keith and I were both so good at it. It was one of those things where I'd play for like a really long time, and he would actually get on another pin and start playing, waiting for me to end my round. And then same thing, he'd play for really long, and I'd have to play something,
Dang.
So he eventually sold it just because we both, it was just too easy, So it's not a very good game for the home environment so much. If you have a lot of pins, it's great for a collection, but I think you'd master it too quickly. But it is fun.
No, I could see that, but yeah, I barely get a chance to play any pins lately. But it was good fun to play for a while though. So
Yeah.
I picked up a new arcade machine yesterday while I was getting that playing that.
Oh, cool! What'd you get?
Hey.
It's an Australian cocktail cabinet.
It's upside down.
It's yeah. Fuck, I don't know if you and Americans have anything like it. It's very different looking. Hang on, I can take the laptop to it.
I'm gonna go get a beer while you're going over there.
It's actually
Mark
kangaroo.
doesn't care at all.
It's kangaroo, but there they call it rabbit or something.
Like you guys get the Midway design cabinet. This one's a different design. So yeah, I'll just take the webcam off. I don't know. It's just here. I literally just put it in my lounge room.
Is that a full 19-inch monitor on it?
No, it's a 14. So,
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit beaten up, but I like it. It's going to be my new coffee table. So
Nice.
yeah, it didn't cost me anything, and it's fully working too. So I'm even happy.
What game does it have in it?
Star Wars.
It has Vulgus in it.
Huh.
Which is, yeah, I think it's like an Exevius knockoff, but it's actually made by Konami. So.
Bulbous or Bulgus or
Vulgus.
Bulgus?
Vol.
With a V. Vulgus.
Vol.
Vulgus, I think.
Vulva?
Yeah.
No.
It's
Vulgus.
actually
Bogus.
you can see the brand. It's in Australian. This is the people that make cabinets in Australia. Leisure Allied Lay cabinets.
So read that. Yeah. See, I'll present you.
Hold it. Hold.
Wait for it. Focus. Family, entertainment,
there we go.
leisure, and
Stay on target.
industry.
Move the camera down a little bit. We can't see it.
That graphic. They're holding hands, right?
Leisure and
Allied Industries.
Allied Industries. Okay.
Fuck's sake. All right, well, yeah, that was my pickup.
Nice. And you said it's free.
Yep.
That's
Well, I didn't see what game it
pricing you
was.
get than that.
What game was it?
It's Vulgus is the game that's in it, but it's
Oh,
kind of a
Vulgus.
generic cabinet though.
That's
I've heard
it's
of
either
that.
bulbous or yeah.
Vulgus.
Bulbous.
Yeah, my
Vulgus.
friend picked up a heap of pinball machines, and that came with it. And he's like, "Oh, you want this?" I'm like, "Yeah, definitely." So I'm not going to say no.
It's kind of like Gyrus, but more vulgar. So there's like dicks and stuff.
It's
Oh, it's a shooter.
Quit
you
teasing.
said.
I want to see it now.
Yeah, it's a shooter game.
Jump, really. So
Vulgar Gyrus. That's what I want to say.
Well, I'm wondering.
You fucking suck.
You
So,
suck.
so Jerry, is that a red bra
And the
hanging on
music is
the
like
banister
music.
behind you of your staircase?
No, it's a tie, actually.
Bounce a bow wow.
No, the bra is hanging from his rearview mirror in his car.
I know, like I'm thinking this single life is treating you well.
The girl he
Ladies'
took to
underwear strewn
prom.
about.
Yeah, well, they're all upstairs in my little dungeon. So
There you go.
Nice.
Oh, the dungeon's upstairs. That's a new one.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, things are upside down in Australia.
Yeah, you have
That was quick. That was good.
No, I did. I actually I framed the Nat poster, which is pretty cool, actually. The one
On your ceiling?
the one that did for the event.
Oh shit!
Oh, I like that.
I don't remember drawing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just some other ones from
Spoilers.
other arcade events.
Is that a Christie Canyon surf
Hold
skateboard?
on, wait.
No, that's,
You're getting bounced around. All right, so you're presenting.
Making a bounce.
Shit.
Bounce, bounce, bounce.
That's a
Movies.
girl at the local arcade does artwork, so I bought it. One of the skateboards she does. So yeah.
Nice.
That's a self-portrait she did.
It is actually.
Nice.
Just
Even better.
some other ones. Just other events.
Oh, that's really cool.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Someone have, I would say.
Yeah, I'm slowly starting to make the place look less bachelory.
Possible.
Yeah, I mean the tits on the wall. Totally.
Yeah.
non-bad.
I need the tits on the wall.
Yeah.
Nothing says I'm not a bachelor like naked boobies all over your house.
That's right.
So whatever you do, don't buy a VR headset because then you'll never leave the house.
But the thing is that it costs $400, but it's so worth it in the dinners you don't have to buy.
You'll save in the long run, Andrew.
Yeah, I've heard that you
It's
can
an
get on toilet paper
investment.
too.
It's an investment that will definitely pay off.
I'll definitely cancel my Tinder premium subscription.
That's right. You can cancel your Tinder and Grindr premium subscription for sure.
Meat spin.
Yeah, I'm not that way inclined. Not yet.
Your premium subscription to X Hamster.
You have to change your club name to Running on Empty.
That's fucking good. That's good.
We all like Quagmire with the right arms all.
Oh, yeah, that was so funny. He just discovered
I'm
porn
gonna go
on the
back in
internet.
there.
Oh, that's right.
He's like looks all
Stop
tired and
presenting me.
emaciated except for his right arm.
That's so damn funny.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh man,
Sorry, I'm just
are
looking
we
shit.
presenting Jerry?
Yeah, still, I think.
Sorry. Well, yeah. Do
Yeah.
something funny. Sorry.
Yeah, entertain us.
What's your
Well, we
bullet?
have-
We can see
looks
the
like we have,
bar.
We had the yolk dance going earlier.
Yeah, when we have Dell's Arcade that joined. Do you have your audio?
And we have Gak too came in. Yay.
Oh, Dell's in here. Cool.
Yeah.
Dell's
I've been hoping
Arcade.
you
Where's
can
your camera, buddy?
I sent him the link. He
Nice.
made no
He knows the
promises.
rules.
We know what you look like from your channel.
Yeah, it's a good channel.
Yeah, there's no hiding it.
Don't be shy.
Come on.
Apparently his mic doesn't work either. So
Yeah.
all right. Well,
Man.
we'll give him a minute.
He's
So we
holding
have
the-
like 5 Mr. We got Mr. Wobble, Mr. Weeble, Mr. Wobble, Mr. Wobble. You seen that in chat?
yeah, I saw that earlier.
What's that?
It's all Gleek.
Oh, I gotta
No,
get
it's
on
Orange
the
Whip.
chat.
Speaking
I
of Orange
know.
Whip, where's he? He needs
I
to
know,
show
he's-
his arcade. Did he
Isn't
say he
he
might
supposed
come
to be here?
on?
He
I
was
thought he
talking
said-
about that.
Yeah, he was. Maybe in a bit.
Where are you? You're supposed to come on and show off your arcade.
He has.
Fuckface.
Was that a little too brutal? Come on, shithead, let's go.
I mean, he has the link. He gets the link every week.
He
So
knows that movie. He likes that movie. I think that's one of his favorites.
all right.
All right.
Very exciting.
Well, yeah. Time to fill up some dead space. It's your
Okay,
fault.
I got a quick little side story I can tell you guys.
Awesome.
It's somewhat
Yay.
arcade. It's somewhat arcade related because it took place in the arcade. But I tapped my last 2 kegs, so now I'm on keg number 7 and 8.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Since
Wow.
October.
Oh, that costs a lot. Well, since October? Well, maybe not.
Anyway, so Mock, I don't know if you had to ever switch lines. You sold yours?
I still have it. I got to sell it.
You
I
did.
just haven't. Gotten
Okay,
around
so
to it.
there's what you're supposed to do is between switching kegs, you're supposed to clean your lines out.
Yes. Mhm.
Redo
I
the
would do that.
fittings. So there's
Mhm.
basically like flexible hose lines, and then
Yep.
there's a hose clamp, basically that
Yep.
part of the connection. So
Mhm.
it's a Phillips head screwdriver bit or hex on the outside. So I'm like almost done. I'm on the last freaking part, putting it together, and I'm like, son of a bitch, the Phillips head is like starting to strip. So I hold the
Aw.
backside. I'm just like pushing on as hard as I could, trying to thread it. The freaking screwdriver slipped, went like halfway through my hand.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Son of a bitch! Like totally, yeah. So
There's
I'm
other
sure-
methods you
I'm
can.
sure you
oh,
can't
ow.
really see it there, but
Oh, I can
but
see it.
that's where
Oh,
it,
that hurt. I
my
bet.
hand got all. I couldn't even make a fist the next day. I actually wound up going to urgent care on Father's Day because I was like, it was all swollen. I was worried it was infected. I think it actually was.
Oh.
So I've had, they gave me medication, so it like within 24 hours is all good. But you probably can't quite make it out. But on the screw bit here, there's a chunk of meat on it. You know,
Oh.
but yeah.
Hey,
so-
Gak,
and there's a little plus sign wound on my hand. Yeah.
did you feel like
So-
Jesus for a minute?
Yeah, I just like crucified myself. You know, like my wife had a couple glasses of wine at that point. It was like 10 o'clock at night, Saturday night, and I'm like, I'm going in the house. I'm like, motherfucker!
I need urgent care.
Oh
like
God,
blood running down
that's
your
Yeah,
awful.
and my wife's like, "What are you whining about? It's just a scratch." I'm like, "Ah," you know,
I
like,
gave
if it
a
was
baby. Two of
scratch,
them.
I'd laugh it off.
Yeah. I want
Yeah,
that child
curious,
birth.
curious.
That's-
Yeah, exactly.
But as you can see,
Wives,
it's
women
fantastic.
have such a higher tolerance for pain than men
Yeah.
do. I swear. My wife's always like that. She's all shake it off.
They did a study, and actually they do. There's some. I forgot if it was.
Well, they
yeah, it
could
was
basically let a bowling ball come out of their hips. So I mean, they can handle a lot of
at some
pain.
point. I got to tell you, there's no choice. Like
No.
Yeah.
There's no turning back now.
yeah, there's no turn. There's
You know
no
how
turning
much
back.
I'd be crying if a bowling ball come through my like, no, just kill me.
It's like taking an impacted shit.
Oh fuck.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
So
Right
my
when I was
first
a little kid,
blood
you-
sacrifice for my kegerator. So yeah.
Yeah.
So Gak, I should show you mine. Mine has a different it has like these clips that clip in, so you don't
you
have to
can-
deal with that shit. Yeah, it's so much easier.
Well, mine have like quick release things, but then also there's the fitting. One of them is threaded, but they
Mhm.
both have hose clamps to connect the clear plastic line to the metal part. And
so
I
it's
just
like
I
it
just
goes
want to
over
take it all
over
apart.
it.
Yeah.
So
I
you can
could,
also just go to Home Depot and get those things that screw that tighten. You know the I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, it's like tapered, and when you thread it down, it squishes it, kind of thing.
Yeah, as you tighten the bolt, it just tightens in the
hose clamp?
Yeah, that's the hose clamp.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
And then
what it
you
was.
can get-
Was
and
that
you
what
can
it
get
was?
a-
That
That's exactly what I had. It was a hose
Doesn't have
clamp.
wouldn't it have a hex head on it that you could have just
So it's
used
like
to
a
wrap
metal
it?
strap that has like
Yeah.
slots in
Yes,
it.
yes.
and
So
the
that's
screw
what you
turn.
use.
Yes,
Right,
that's
so
the
That's
screw
what.
with a full thread on it.
Oh,
So
okay.
hose clamps usually have like a thread top for a screwdriver,
Yeah.
but they also have a hex head.
I know.
So
And
you
at the
can put a
time,
ratchet on it.
I was like, God damn it, the thing's stripped. Fuck it, I'm just gonna finish this up real quick. And of course, that's
And
what
then
happened.
wah,
And then it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
and then you
exactly.
feel so stupid and like,
Yeah. Yes.
and you're bleeding, and you're like just hating. You
At
have
least
only
I was,
yourself to
had a few
blame.
beers in me, so I was like, oh, I'll
So
take it off.
you turn beer into blood instead of water into wine.
Oh.
And you're only a half of Jesus. You got to get the other hand too.
You step up the game.
Yeah, you step your game up.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'm picturing
hurting yourself.
Gak like the dad in Christmas Story.
Fraggle, fraggin'.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh.
So,
PG swearing.
Yeah.
one little quick arcade story I'll tell. So I finally filmed the edit of that Wall Street game that I got from Craig. Cool Craig. So I texted him and I was like, hey, I'm ready to send the game back to you. Let me know your address. And then he's all, I just picked up another game. It's called Gold Bug, I guess. I'd never even seen it. It's another CVS game, like really rare, it's kind of like Dig Dug-ish, I guess. But he's all, send it to you if you want it, play it for a while. But he actually said that, I don't know where he heard this, but they're working on making a multi-cart for the CVS for like the 10 people out there that buy one, I guess. I don't know. You'd have to have a complete CVS setup, and then the daughter card that goes on is the one that has a multi adapter card for it or something. So I'm like, that'd be cool, because I think there's maybe 6, 8, 10 games. So I don't know.
Wow.
Anyways, that's all I really got for this week. So,
Wow. That's plenty. Oh, so you're still enjoying your kegerator though, besides that little incident?
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't like mine because mine isn't cold enough. That's why I don't like it. It's not.
Yeah.
It just.
I would like it to be a little bit colder, especially because I'm in the garage. It's freaking hot.
Yeah.
But,
I want my
it's
beer
not bad.
really cold, and like I looked up the reviews on my machine, and it's like a discontinued
model or whatever.
kegerator. But then I was looking on a few places that had reviews, and are like, it doesn't get cold enough. I'm like, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's a hunk
Yeah.
of shit.
Just sell it to someone. That's it. Just get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
My
cold,
biggest
but not
issue is, like,
cold enough.
I'm so used to having different beers all the time. It's just like, oh my God, that's so much of the same exact
That's
beer.
right. That was my other problem with it. Is I got so sick of what was in it. It's
Yeah.
like, I like having cans of things, a variety of
Yeah.
things, and you can switch it up. But when you have the kegerator, you feel guilty buying more canned beer to put in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
I got to drink the beer that's here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
I get like halfway. I get like what I'm assuming is halfway through, and I'm like, okay, let's just pound the next few, and we'll finish this off. You know?
we're gonna kill this thing tonight. Yeah.
I hope you
How
kill
about-
a couple whenever you go.
How about sometimes gag where it feels like it's almost empty, but you just they keep coming out. You're like, where's it coming from?
Exactly. Yeah.
Where do you pull all that stuff?
That never happens at a party.
No, that only happens on the toilet.
Gotta bring it back.
All right. Where's all this shit coming from?
Wow.
Oh my god, I should have been done like 5 minutes ago.
I better weigh myself after this
I
one.
know, dude. I'm gonna be like, fuck.
So Dell had to sign out or something. He couldn't. Get
I don't know.
back
I'm
in.
going through his camera.
Yeah, it's camera.
Trying to work it. So, has anybody started watching? Is it Black Mirror?
Yes.
I haven't watched
Yeah.
the new season
No,
yet.
no,
Have-
No spoilers.
First season,
Yeah.
but we can't talk about it because
Right.
we get pissed.
So
Spoilers.
maybe we
It's
should all
really
watch
good.
the first episode so we can talk about it.
Skip that straight to the Miley Cyrus episode.
Oh, okay.
I thought
Is that
that
better?
was the first episode.
Spoilers. Look at that. Fuck
Yep.
you.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the fucking banner on
See,
the thing.
Andrew, this is what I was talking about in
I get it.
Slack.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was on your side. I was not.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
how about
I'm 100%
Cobra
on your
Kai?
side,
We
yeah.
didn't talk about. We never talked
Yeah,
about Cobra Kai season 2.
Awesome.
Well, I didn't finish Cobra Kai season 2.
Okay,
good.
so doesn't Keith have it on the thing?
I have it all. I just haven't watched them all.
What the fuck?
I have a wife who I managed to get involved in this, and now I haven't watched them because she hasn't had time.
Oh, okay.
So
Ah.
it'll happen. But
All right, so
sorry.
we got to revisit that because it's. I think
Start a list.
who
And
hasn't
everybody-
watched Cobra Kai besides Andrew? All of it.
I still haven't.
Who sucks with
No.
that?
Fuck, Gak.
Yeah.
But you can spoiler all you want with me on that. I'm good.
Everybody's
I won't
watch.
even remember the conversation we have, so that it'll
You gotta
still
watch
be new to
Jim's
me.
videos.
The next day,
Suffer from tetanus.
I'd be
I
like,
like how-
"Wow,
I
did
like
you
Chris
guys
being very
remember the
honest
scene?"
right
And you
now.
guys be like, "We just talked about it last night."
That's like my wife. She never remembers any movie we watched, and then like a year will go by, and she'll watch the same rom-com. I'm like, we watched this already. No, we haven't. And then we'll watch it. She'll
That's
go, this looks
perfect.
familiar.
Dude, oh, dude, I love that.
It's like, God, I know. I've seen it before.
Steve, that's amazing, dude. That's
We
great.
saw it in
because,
the
like, you
theater.
get to watch it over and over again. And she's,
Oh, look at Gleek spoiling the shit
Love
out of
Actually
it in
still
IRC.
sucks.
I started watching the Return of the Living Dead documentary you posted.
Oh
last
yeah,
week.
did
But
it?
I didn't finish it. I was actually home a little bit sick. And
It's good though, right?
I was amazed by the beginning. I saw the bit about the girl
Hey,
being
Gleek,
the,
why don't you
stripper.
shut the fuck up?
Oh,
in IRC?
the stripper girl. Yeah,
Yeah. So I saw that part, but I didn't actually finish it, so I can't speak
all of it yet. Yeah.
about it.
And-
yeah.
And the guy
Thank you.
that kind of like the main guy of the documentary. What we're talking about is Return of the Living Dead. For you people out there,
From
we
last
talked about it last week. Yeah. So there's a really good documentary on YouTube about it.
It's like
but-
2 hours long. There's like
Yeah, it's a 2-hour documentary, but it
Yeah.
goes into so much awesome detail. I mean, if you're a fan of that movie, it's one of the
That
best
sounds
zombie
rad.
movies ever made. Yeah, with punk
Fuck yeah.
rockers. It's made in the 80s. Has awesome punk music in it. But Dan O'Bannon is the writer and director of the movie. I think he's the director of the movie. He wrote Alien, the very first Alien movie.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So yeah, this guy, he's huge. But anyway, the guy that's the main guy of the documentary, he was one of the actors in the movie. He was I think he's the guy with the mohawk, not the tough guy, but the other one, the one that gets his head bitten into by the half lady. And they're putting up the boards. Remember, they're putting up the boards on the window, and he gets bit right in the head, and then red blood sprays all over the boards.
I don't remember really being a host for that, but
Well, he does
Yeah.
a lot of the talking points in it, and he
Yeah.
goes on tours to show different filming locations in LA. That's the stuff you probably haven't seen yet.
gotcha. I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a really good documentary. Just check it out on YouTube. Just if you just do a search on Return of the Living Dead documentary, it's out there. But 2 hours long, high quality on YouTube.
Top,
Excuse me,
top
YouTube.
10 movie of all time. That's the fucking.
That's
amazing.
it's one of my favorite horror movies.
Definitely
It's,
my top 10.
It's one of the first. I think it might be the first time zombies run that you've ever seen.
It is. 100%.
It is, right?
Zombies Run. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time that ever has happened.
It was the first time zombies could run. It was the first time zombies were into eating brains.
Mm-hmm. And they sort of could think
huge,
too. They could do things.
Yep, they could talk.
Mm-hmm.
They explained about how it sucked
At
dying
last.
because they could.
Yeah.
Holy shit, delusional!
Can you believe it?
Yay, delusional!
All right.
Oh, you better
Long
join
time
the,
listener of the show.
Hey, I'm trying to get this fucker to work.
you better
It wasn't
join
working,
the
so-
conversation with something about Return of the Living Dead. Otherwise, you're fucking old.
He showed up.
I'm Hispanic. It doesn't count.
We don't see color here.
Just double.
I'm not familiar with it.
Shut
So,
up.
delusional for people that don't know.
Amazing fucking documentary. I can't wait to watch the rest of it. I'm sorry I was sick and couldn't finish
Yeah.
it. But yeah, dude.
No,
you
it's
so much
good.
for
Everybody
sharing it.
should watch it. Jim, you should watch that movie. You like that movie. You should check it
I
out.
want to watch that, definitely.
Yeah.
What's
Jimbo,
that?
you
Oh,
gonna watch it?
Watch the documentary?
Yeah, the Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, right now. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Watch it in like 5 times speed and come back on in like 20 minutes.
I'll say,
Same
hey
goes,
guys, what? Yeah.
Same goes for 34K and Gak. Go watch fucking season 2 of Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
You're saying don't watch it.
No, go watch it.
Oh, go watch it. Yeah, you're right. No,
And then you have to watch Jim's videos after because they're really good too.
Yeah,
yes.
watch me just talk about a TV show. Yeah.
Hey, I enjoyed it, man. I really fucking enjoyed it. So.
I've watched the season 1 like 6 or 7 times all the way through. I fucking
nice.
love the first season. So yeah, I'm all about it. So I just I have a social responsibility that I have to.
I can't wait for season 3. Like,
Yeah.
So anyway, Delusional is here. If people don't know, he's got an awesome YouTube channel. He's been on YouTube for a while now. How long have you been on YouTube now?
Officially, like probably 11 years.
Oh,
But I
shit.
started.
Whoa.
And how many subscribers do you
Almost
have?
as long as we have.
I'm approaching 3K right now, actually.
How many? 3K?
Yeah.
Nice.
We got 400.
And it's only taken like 3.5 years or whatever.
Yeah, when I first started, I just did it for family because they kept asking me, like, let me see your arcade. So I just posted it and kind of sat dormant for a while. And then the last 2 or 3 years, started ramping it up. So,
Awesome.
Yeah, he's the one that I think you're the one that had the video on how to put an LED in the TPG. Was that you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The power indicator light or whatever.
Yeah.
So
That
Captain
was the single most important functional update to that piece of device, to have an actual LED on the outside.
Yeah.
You left your battery turned on.
I kill them all the time. I forget.
I have eaten more 9-volt batteries since fucking laser tag.
Well, I bought a charger
9
for that thing, for that reason. A 9-volt battery rechargeable.
I go to the dollar store. And
What he needs to do is like
am I the only one that thinks the power switch goes the wrong way to turn on? It goes to the right or the left? I can't remember. Like it seems backwards. Like you.
Yeah, Crafty Mac, fix this shit.
Actually,
you're old ass.
I talked to Aaron. He said he's gonna, in the new versions that is coming out, he's gonna put the LED in there. So
yeah,
he did talk about it.
Everybody's been asking about it.
He's been saying that for
another
5 years.
Do another mod.
He's also told me that he's gonna do a mod to the bit kit so that eyes will show the score rolling. But he just strokes my cock about that.
He told me he's gonna make a pole position board before.
He's throwing down the gauntlet.
We're getting confused here.
I heard Aaron's working on a mod.
Aaron, Adam, they're kind of the same.
For the TPG
right.
that when the battery starts to die, it like beeps really loud, but it doesn't beep until like 2 a.m. Just like a fire alarm.
It's like a
fire alarm mod.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
detector, yes,
Like
detector.
which one's fucking out? It's like 2 a.m. God damn, we gotta get a ladder and try to find it.
Oh, no, I can't figure out which
I
one
hate
it
that
is.
shit.
Always.
They never start beeping until like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Nope.
Yeah.
Never. It's never during the day.
No.
Yeah.
All right, that's a
Fuck, I
stupid
forgot
joke.
about
What
that.
the fuck is up with that?
Yeah, I know. The smoke alarms. Yes,
Every
exactly.
fucking time.
Hey,
Yeah.
Weird
yeah.
anomaly.
It's like 3 a.m. The one up here will start beeping, and because they're all interconnected, it'll beep, and then they all beep.
Right. So you can't tell which one it is. It's horrible.
No,
Beep, beep,
and they
battery.
sound the same. You gotta plug
Guys
each
over
one.
there, tell me if that one's beeping. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, replace the battery. fuck. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
that's
my
the
dog.
wrong one.
Two of
And
my
your
dogs
dogs flip
freak out. Oh, my dogs will freak out and shake. So they'll come and two of them will come and run behind me or go try to hide. Oh, it's horrible. Yeah.
Beep, beep,
Start,
beep,
like
beep. Fire.
panting and just the whole stressed out dog thing. I'm
Yeah,
like,
Kai
oh
is
my
terrible.
So
Yeah.
Del, I'm a fan of your show, so I'm glad you can make it on.
Thanks.
Mostly over the last year, I'd say. I don't know if I watched much before that, being honest.
You know, I ramped it up this year. I made a New Year's resolution to do
Okay.
every week, so I haven't missed one since
Awesome.
January.
Nice.
So every
Ooh.
Friday, 10 a.m. Bam.
Yeah.
You're the only one here with it on Arcade. It's like Gak. Obviously, you've got some games on, but like Del, walk us through your shit, man.
You know, I could if I had
Before
my
they
camera,
all go
but this
down.
thing has a cord, so I'm limited. So I
Well, that's
can't really
fine. So
show
just
you.
give us a
Here, let me see if I can stretch
basic
it. Hang on.
rundown.
Oh, nice.
Can you see it?
We need to present them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Show us
present
your
them.
games before they die while you're on.
Yeah, you show
The
your games
reason why
on
no
our
one
show.
else has games on is because they die on the show.
How about just click on the link? Go to my channel.
No,
There you
Too
go.
much work.
This
We don't
makes
want
a
to get
good
banned
bench
for
for
showing your videos.
So,
Yeah,
I
so
need chocolate
basically,
Cookies
slow
are
down.
in
We
your
gotta see a
I'm kind
rolling
of going around. You can see
thunder.
here, that right there is the back of an outrun. That's the one. That's mine. That other one over there, I just fixed. I just sold it probably like a month ago to another YouTuber. I think Retro RGB. That's his name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bob.
Oh, yeah,
and this
yeah, I
one
got
here is
some
the
of my
Multi
shit
Williams from the back. This one's a Taito. It's a Kicks cab, but it has Arkanoid in it. And then that's a Super Pac-Man. You can see the color on it.
Oh, yes.
I actually bought
This is
that.
the only two I've ever seen where you just show the backs of
The
games.
backs to get
Oh, you know what it is?
And yet we all
Cord-
recognize
the cord
them,
right here
so-
doesn't reach is a problem.
Yeah.
That's why I was trying to get the other camera to work.
Send this man an extension cord. Yeah.
Yeah, so that Rolling Thunder I recently got working maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah, I've been watching your videos on it
Oh, is this
actually.
Yeah, I got
are
it
we
for
in your
$200.
basement, or is this like a?
Yeah, this is my
spare
basement.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Full-fledged, huge basement down here.
Nice.
So this thing kind of wraps around. It goes on the other side.
Clearly,
Disco
this
lights.
is in
See it? I'm
California.
gonna try to go through the top. I don't know if you can
Exactly.
see it over there. You can see a monitor on top there.
Oh,
yeah.
I see a lava light.
I got a Smash TV over there. It's a Total Carnage / Smash TV. It's both kind of like
Awesome.
You have one, right?
Yeah, I had one. Yeah.
And there's a Super Pac-Man as well. This one here actually was a restoration that I paid nothing for. I bought a control panel for $100 for this one. Ended up selling it because I got that whole one over there for $150.
Nice.
Hey.
And it was just a loose connector on the power supply. So,
Wow.
Own it.
and then the one on left next to that is the Galaxian. So,
Ah,
Sweet.
yep,
groovy.
unmodified.
And then
just
behind
regular
you?
Galaxian. And then right over here,
Yeah.
I still have this old school VCR here at my daughter's tape. She actually just turned 3 on Saturday. So
Oh,
she'll watch Aladdin and stuff or Spirit. She loves watching that thing. You know, old
No
school.
Will
I try to
Smith.
teach her that way. This here is a Harman Customs bar top.
Oh
So it has
Oh,
a
the
61
RM.
right now. It's fully JAMA inside, so you could swap it out if you wanted to.
yeah. Mock's getting excited.
Ooh.
But it's really great. I think
LCD.
the barbecues and stuff,
Yes.
people love it.
You need a Tron
I
joystick on there.
have one over there, actually.
Do you have like
Oh
a
my
fold-out trackball or gas pedal on it or anything?
we're talking Star Wars yokes.
Oh
You have
yes.
a modified keyboard.
Speaking of moving
pedal.
the cabinet.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Then I got a ColecoVision, Nintendo, all the consoles over there.
Oh,
I don't know
that's
if I
kinda
can show
cool.
that.
Oh, a nice PVM. Is that a PVM above the TV?
There are 2 PVMs actually.
Wow.
Nice.
That's
One's
the
a big
bigger one.
one.
on the bottom.
Oh, is that a big one? That's a 20-inch one down below.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
I bet that cost a lot of money.
I don't even know what a PVM
I
is.
paid
Professional
$60
video
for the one on the
monitor.
bottom.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
It's a studio monitor.
PVM,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that's what's on top of my Dragon's Lair.
Yeah, it's
Ah,
what
got it.
studios
Probably
used
the
for
same
editing back
one.
in the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
It actually looks like the same one.
And then
Oh.
let me show you some
Mine's
posters here.
smaller, but
So he's
you know,
got an
Yeah, I got the
arcade
regular
corner.
posters around and stuff.
Well, it's size isn't everything.
It is when it comes
Thanks,
to
Terry.
PVM.
Liar.
Lies. All lies.
Anytime.
And then
What
down
a
here is
liar.
the Arkanoid table.
Oh, nice.
I just said it's not
They all
everything. It is.
It's something, not everything.
Yeah.
And this over here, the one that you see the back of in the Kicks cab actually is a tournament Arkanoid. So
Okay.
Nice.
nice.
so that's it, I was trying to get the other one to work because I can walk around.
I donated one of those boards.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sucks there's no high score for it because of that like security chip.
Yeah.
So
Just
So
get a
I've seen
dough. Just get a
you do a
revenge of
lot
dough.
of-
Be done with it.
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go. So I've seen you do a lot of outrun stuff.
Yeah, you know,
what kind of got you so into doing all that? I guess you must have
I
been a
love
fan
Outrun.
back in the day.
It's like the grandfather of driving games. So
okay.
And then what happened is I bought this one here. Actually, there was a viewer from my channel.
I mean, it's no Super Sprint, but okay, I'll hear you out.
Super Sprint's a great game.
I'm right there with
if you have a medium res monitor.
Yeah.
But yeah, Outrun, a viewer of mine, this guy Mike, he's actually on the New England forums because I'm in the New England area, like where John's Arcade and all that.
Yeah.
They're all hang out and stuff. And Jay, I don't know if you know who Jay is.
Yep.
Wait, sorry, can you narrow
I'm on the
down
East
a little bit?
Coast.
Like, where are you at? Like
I'm in
roughly-
Connecticut.
Connecticut. All right.
Connecticut.
Yeah, so I can drive up there. It's a couple hours drive, but I can do it.
Well, fuck, man. Like, did you go to Fun Spot this year and hang out with Leo?
I've never been to Fun Spot.
Oh,
I know.
all right.
I know, but there's tons of stuff around here. I live actually near about an hour away from Richie's new arcade in New Jersey.
Oh, right on.
I'll hang out
okay.
there sometimes. You know, which I recently discovered because he was a little further down, but then he moved further north. I'm like, great, you're only an hour away now.
Cool.
So
Hey, didn't you do a video where you went through his a tour of
Yeah,
his
I did.
arcade? Yeah, I remember that one. That was a good one. And Tall Tuggy was there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I met him for the first
Hopefully
time. I
he's
talked
doing-
to him online and stuff, but
Oh, cool.
but yeah, I want to do a tour at his place. That'd be great. You know, once he
Yeah.
recovers, because I know he had surgery and stuff.
Yeah, poor Todd.
But you know,
So that's good.
technology now, I'm sure he's going to be fine. You know.
Yeah.
So
For some reason, I thought for a while you lived like in the Arizona area, but I guess I was way off.
that's because I was at
Yeah.
ZapCon every year.
ZapCon every year.
Actually,
Okay.
2 years in a row. I have buddies out. I was a moderator on BYOAC.
That's where I know you're from, BYOC. That's
Yeah, so
okay.
you know, I tried doing stuff there, and they're like, "You're crazy to be a mod." And then once I became a mod, everybody hates you.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, Gleek.
I have thick skin. So yeah, so I made friends with everybody, and you know, just went to Arizona one day and met up with everybody, and they were really cool. This guy Paul, he's Yosuya on the forums. He's awesome.
Yeah. I met him at Arcade Expo last year. He's great.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah. And he does such, like, every year he's really into it. He makes like a custom cabinet for the show. He made like a Polybius one, which I have a video on that I did, which totally blew up. It almost has like 100,000 views on that, which surprised me. It's like a quick little
That's
video.
the name, yeah.
Yeah,
And he-
and
Oh,
He
yeah.
does his own game, didn't he, for the event? Like
What's
actual
that?
game. Didn't he make his own actual game for the
yeah,
event?
he
Like,
made the Zapcon game, which
yeah.
is pretty cool, and he programmed it with a bunch of guys, and you know, it was fun doing that, and then he did all that. He made a really cool Macross cab, which is all custom, and that thing looks badass. I think he took a Centipede cab that was all beat up, and then he just kind of redid everything. He put like the stripes on the side. It looks like an aircraft, and it looks really good.
Wow.
So I did a video on that. You know,
I think he's supposed to be coming to Grinkers this
He
year.
is going to Grinkers, yeah.
Is he really?
Which I will
Yeah.
corner him about that cab because, like, are you fucking you Macross, right?
Yes.
Is that what you said? Yeah.
Yeah,
Holy
look it
fuck.
No, you're
Google Arcade Macross, and you'll see it come up.
Yeah.
So I'm drawing a blank right now, but there's another Arizona guy. I had a 720 I had for sale about a year ago, and the other Arizona guy bought it, and he called me and he's like, "Yeah, I'm buying this as a gift for Yatsuda or whatever." He's like,
Yeah.
he's a good friend of mine, and he's like, he's been looking for a 720 for a long time. He's always helped me fix my games, and I just want to get him a game, you know, because I know he's been wanting one.
Oh,
So
maybe he spoiled it. Maybe he doesn't know. Doesn't have it yet.
no, he's had it for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he totally restored it. Like
Yeah,
totally
he's,
went
he's
through the
always
whole
given to the community, you know, and you know, I'm like a stranger technically, right? We meet on the internet. I mean, I'm a moderator on the forums. I know some of the other guys, but he just treated me like family as soon as I came in, picked me up from the airport. There were a bunch of
Nice.
other guys there too from all different, you know, states.
Mhm.
We had a guy on from Australia.
Yeah, that cabinet he's building is ridiculous.
Yeah. So it was good to meet the guys face to face. We went to, I think it's called the Monastery, where you cook your own burger. That was really cool. Yeah, and then right across the street is Starfighters Arcade. So
Sounds like
amazing time when we went out. Yeah, but it's expensive for me because I'm flying all the way across the whole year.
Yeah, cross country. Yeah.
So every year they're like, "You're not coming again." I'm like, "Nope." I went 2 in a row and still recovering. So
we can't wait to see you at Grinkers again this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not. I want to go to Grinkers, but I don't know if it's in the cards this year.
You gotta
But,
do it.
I definitely
This
want to
is
do
a big
Batman
year,
next
dude.
I might do both. We'll see. Depends.
Well, we've got some surprises in store.
Damn.
Yeah.
So when is it exactly again? Is it late in the year? I thought it already
October,
passed.
October.
11th and 12th.
It's always
okay.
October.
Yep.
Usually the second
Second
week
week.
in October.
Second
Usually,
weekend,
yeah. Second
Probably the
weekend,
only
yeah.
reason I'd go to Idaho.
That's the only reason why we.
The only
yeah.
reason you need to. Yeah.
Why all of us go there.
I go for the hot wings.
So, Del, I actually just this morning I saw your last video. That was really sweet. Your son and you played a game.
Yeah.
I watched that. Yeah, I watched
So
that.
I'm trying to remember the name of the game though, because I'm like, that's totally controls of track and field, right? 3 buttons.
Yeah.
The-
It looked fun,
Bucky
actually.
something or other. Yeah, I can look it up.
I never even heard of that game before,
Yeah.
too. I was like, what
It was
is
like
that?
some crazy, I would assume Japanese
thing.
game that
Yeah.
wasn't available in the States, I would imagine.
But translated.
Boonga
I don't know.
boonga.
He found it by mistake one day.
Your kid looks like he's having fun, too. So
Yeah, it looks like a really fun game.
Yeah, it's really
something
fun.
like,
It's up to 3 players actually too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
So let me see
Yeah.
if I can
A
find it.
3-player track and field type game. Kind of like, what was that, Oh Baby or whatever game?
Yes. Come on,
Come on,
baby.
Oh, Come On Baby.
yeah.
That's it.
How did you forget that? name?
Whip out the
Come
little
on, baby.
Yeah.
The little pee-pee.
Oh, here it is. This is a Father's Day episode.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
The more you know.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, you
Follow.
scared me when you played that. I thought it was me doing that sound. I'm like, what the hell's going on my mic? On pause.
Yeah, close out that video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Hyper Bishibashi Champ.
Oh, I know Bishibashi. You wrote it. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I had that on the Game Boy.
Weird game.
I know, wishy-washy.
Oh, that's on Game Boy?
I had Bishibashi on the Game Boy and one of those multi-carts back in the day. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I got the multi-cart from Japan, so that probably makes sense too. So.
Hang on, let me check on my daughter here. I'm on daddy duty today, so I have the.
There you go.
Ah.
So if you guys ever want to see the farther levels of Rolling Thunder, it's cool
yes.
to watch his videos on that, because
Yeah.
I like how he like talks it through. Like, okay, you wait here until that guy goes there, then you go, and you go here, and then you jump here, and then you go.
Yeah.
Right? It's like I was talking about before. Monk.
It's such a
like
pattern game, really.
It's when it gets down to slow
Yeah.
motion, where it's like it's not
It's not always pattern.
frantic anymore. It's just about like, oh, it's slow. You just know
Interesting.
what they're gonna
It
do.
glitches
So
a lot, where like it has all these patterns you think you know, and then it does something random. So it's really
Wow.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is an issue running out of bullets. It's such a pain in the ass in that
Yeah.
game.
And when you die, brutally takes away everything you've earned. The whole.
Yeah,
I
if
was
you've been
watching that, and
accumulating.
I was like, oh
Yeah.
man, I miss my Rolling Thunder. Like,
Do
I
you?
don't think you really
Play
miss it when you see someone else going through the game. You're like, oh.
That's like Gradius. If you die, you're fucked.
Yeah. that's
Yeah,
fair.
it's hard to come back from it. Yeah.
Unless you pause on Nintendo. Up, up, down, down.
We don't speak
Oh,
of
that's
that.
true.
No.
I played Rolling Thunder on MAME.
with the Star Wars yoke too.
Yeah.
I play with a trackball. What do you do?
Yeah. Duh. Yeah.
I play with my
Well,
feet.
I talked about this before, but like the main thing that really messed me up with Rolling Thunder was like, okay, so I didn't realize it was a 4-way stick, or that it needed to be. It had one when I got it, and I'm like, I want to be able to swap out and play like Rastan or Toki, but those are 8-way stick and 2 buttons and JAMA. And so I put an 8-way stick in it. It was a Atari logo stick, so it looked legit, and I could swap those games out. But then I go back to play Rolling Thunder. I'm like, it's not freaking playable. You have to do 4-way lock, because
You can for a little bit, but then like you try ducking and shooting, sometimes it won't work, and you're like, because you hit
Maybe they'll
that,
stand up real quick or something.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
Because that's sort of like, I mean, there's 2 buttons, right?
Yeah,
Jump and
there's
shoot.
actually 4, but there's 2 on each side, righty or lefty,
Yes.
depending how
But
you play.
because don't you push up to jump up to the upper level, right?
You have to look up and then you press jump.
You have to look up, then you can jump. Okay.
Yeah, it's like Shinobi. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, it's just like Shinobi. Well, Shinobi came after Rolling Thunder. So they copied Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, there you go.
What?
I mean, it's a better game, I think, too. Because
I don't know. I gotta look that one up. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, look it up. I'm telling you.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know
A lot
about
of people
that.
are surprised, you know.
Look into it. You know, Gak, Steve
Yeah.
Drumberg is selling his fucking Rolling Thunder. I might have to go down and have a chat to him about it then.
Yeah. It's a fun game. For sure.
Yeah, and those don't command a ton of money when they pop up.
No,
from what
they
I've
do in
seen.
Australia. It's the only dedicated one I know of. So he wants.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen him for like
$2,000, I think.
700-800 around here.
Yeah, that's right about what they're at. Yeah,
You know, the board's like, I mean, I got an untested board for $200 that had like glitches in it, but then I had a spare that was in there that didn't work. And swapping chips, it was a CPU that was custom that I swapped, and it
Nice.
worked.
wow.
That's the thing, though. Like we're in the. I mean, although we're getting to the part too where whole games are a shit ton of money, but we're still in that era where that bubble where parts are worth more than the fucking entire game.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's kind of sad because people have
Super
just bought it
sad.
out to make more money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Rolling Thunder came out in '86 and Shinobi came out in '87. No way. I
Ah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, but
crazy.
it didn't have a dog like Shadow Dancer.
Yeah. Shadow Dancer.
Turns
Shadow-
into a puppy.
Shadow Dancer is
Perfection.
better than Shinobi. Having
Yeah,
played
it's
Shinobi all of
perfection.
like twice. But
They refined it.
they
yeah.
did refine it, and they added a dog, which is makes it.
And both games make you super frustrated by level 5 and you want to throw it out a window.
Yeah, I hated the in-between levels when you're shooting the stars. I used to always die on those.
Well,
So there's-
and I know it's older too, but like, what year did Bad Dudes come out?
We're bad.
Which is the same,
It's on there
same
already.
idea, right? The multi-level. But what year was
Yeah.
Bad Dudes?
Oh, I want to say 87, 88. I think it was. I
I'm
think
wondering
it
if it was Bad Dudes after
88,
Shinobi.
88, I think.
So we're saying,
yeah,
we're
88.
saying
88.
Rolling Thunder, then Shinobi, then Bad Dudes. Because
So
they all play the same.
There's a couple other games that are 8-way stick that I envision having in it, be able to swap out, but again, they wouldn't work. There was one, I can't remember the name of it, but it's very much like Rolling Thunder, but it's like underwater, and you've got like a harpoon, and you got sharks.
Sly Spy.
Sly Spy is the
How the
one.
fuck did you know that, Mr. Oh, you're the main master.
Underwater one's different. It's not
That's
Sly
when you have a
Spy.
harpoon, though, in it, right?
You're shooting the sharks, right?
Yeah, in
there's
one
a-
part.
Okay, but there's a different one that's more underwater.
It's
not
all
Sly Spy.
underwater?
I think so. I can't remember the name of it.
Not the submarine one, right?
It's been like at least 5-6 years since I really thought about it.
Kind of like a run and gun.
But there
No
was
gear,
Sly
no
Spy.
work.
I got a Sly Spy, and then there was the one that was like an underwater kind of. You're shooting at sharks and stuff, but it had kind of oversized characters like Rolling Thunder. It looks very much like Rolling Thunder, but kind of underwater scuba diving kind of.
That was random.
It's underwater.
I'll see if I can find it.
That was from.
That was weird.
That was from my Wacky Weirdos CD with the baby. What's the name of that song? Babysitting Boogie, and it's the whole song is actually pretty darn funny, but that's just a soundbite from it.
Yeah, they were saying in the hunt in the chat here. Is that what it was?
No, I think that's the one that's come up for sale. I think it's the fucking Gleeks things.
I'll look around. I'll see if I can figure it out. It'll probably take me 20 minutes. But
Just don't call me 3 a.m. Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I found it.
That's what we gotta remember.
Yeah.
Come to bed. Come to bed.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
All right, here's the context that bite came from. Let me turn it down a little bit. Okay.
My girl baby sits for someone on her block. Then I come up to join her and we start to rock. The baby hears the beat, man, it is a shock when he goes.
What the fuck?
It's on a CD called Wacky Weirdos. All right, it's fucking yeah. We used to listen to that when we'd go out snowboarding because we'd be laughing our asses off.
Bring it to Grinkers.
Oh my god!
Sounds like baby
Speaking of which, Dave from Buffalo in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
what's up?
Yo. Where's your Bud Light?
Right here. They got my Triscuits, and they're really drying my mouth out.
That was amazing. I love how slow motion that was. That's good. And
I just came back from the dentist's office. Got cotton balls in my mouth.
What is a Triscuit?
It's a biscuit.
Do they have those in Australia?
Oh,
They call them Traskets there.
They call Rice Krispies rice bubbles there.
Exactly. That's how they're meant to be fucking called.
No.
So,
It does make sense, actually. I have to say.
yeah, snap, crackle, and pop, man.
Yeah.
Hey, is Jerry coming to Greekers?
Yeah.
Here?
I'll be there, sir.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, tickets are booked. I'm going about 3K in debt for it, but it'll be worth it.
He's going to bring us. He's going to bring some Vegemite.
Fuck yeah!
We're all going to try it.
Oh,
God.
Very tasty and delicious.
No.
And lots of every.
no.
It's gonna get us all sick.
Hey, do you know if Buffett's going this year? I know we got sponsored a couple times.
I think he's going. I think he said he was going.
Oh, that's good.
Mike,
MIA on here for a while.
Maybe.
Yeah, he has.
but
He
yeah.
needs to get his butt back on here. On
Yeah,
his
his
he can't
grown
grow an
ass
ass.
on here.
Yes,
I was
yeah.
just that video.
We can
on
never
Friday.
confirm or deny Buffett's presence at any of these
I
events.
hope so. I'd like to meet him.
And it looked fantastic.
Oh, and Carrie, he just posted a video
yeah.
about your monitor.
I just watched it yesterday.
I
Yeah.
watched, it came up. I never watched Buffett's videos because they're all the same. But like, I
Oh,
watched
there's
that.
coming out this Friday. I actually went
Not
to
too hard of a repair.
So
I was
Adele, you got a video with him or something?
world
Not
exclusive.
too hard of a
yeah,
repair in
Friday.
this one. Replace, finish off the cap kit.
Yeah.
But like, he finishes the video. He's going like higher and higher and higher.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
To
I
the
know.
end of the video, I'm like, I'm a little bit uncomfortable for the dude. I'm like,
I
Carrie,
think
was that
he
your
was-
monitor?
I think he was-
An
I know. I think he was doing that for us. I have to ask him what exactly it is because I think it was because it's interesting that he said he did.
Is he like the Bob Ross of like monitor repair?
You can't
was a
even,
little bit weird.
you can't even, at the end, you can't even hear him. He's just
it's like he's
Only
talking in a
dogs
language that's basically a dog whistle.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
yeah, you're watching a video, all of a sudden you're like, ah. Send me an email. The archive. We can get out of here, Buffett. God damn, I'm like crying. Dude, I can't even do it.
No, but he does. He really goes up and
is so
Yeah, but you know what? The half the reason why I watch the video is for that initial hi. The suspense of it, like as I'm waiting, because it fades out from the green into his like a little workbench with the monitor, and I'm just waiting. Where's it going to come in? I was like, hi. Oh god.
Hey, Carrie, was that your monitor he just posted? It said Carrie
It's
Z.
very recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that is.
This week.
He said the sexy
Yeah,
Carrie Z.
He did. say
I'm
that.
curious. I'm guessing the traces he repaired was on the neck board.
Yeah, I would think so. I think he ran another jumper wire too. I'm pretty sure. I was looking. I wish I would have taken a picture ahead of time because I mean the poor neck board on that thing looked like someone sat on it.
Yeah.
And so in fact I told him that I'm like I swear I was not the one who sat on it, and it had a bunch of jumpers. I think he ran he ran another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but I'm curious because like you said he finished off the cap kit, which it was. I wasn't curious what he has in his cap kit that obviously is more than what was the cap kit that I put in there.
He put in the super mega extra deluxe. Deluxe
exactly.
version.
Yeah, and I mean it was working before; it just didn't have any green. But yes, now it has green. I'm ready to go.
He Buffett proofed it here.
He did buff. Yes,
There's no such thing as bulletproof. That's what he told me when I was there.
Right? Ain't that the truth?
If you shoot a gun at it, it's gonna do some damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Send an email.
So check this out. Let's see if we can see it here. Can you see that?
All right, we're presenting you.
There it is. I'm editing. Stuff. We're doing stuff. We're looking at his.
There's Mike in all his glory.
I like the
cool dude,
transition.
Nice.
And there it
You do
is.
the Lucas transition.
Holy
Wow.
Oh, monitors.
That's all I'm going to show you.
Look at all those.
Yeah, Buffett would get pissed if he saw that.
Yeah.
No, he let me do it. He said it's the first time he ever let anybody do it. So I was like, great.
Okay.
Yeah, even when we took our group photo, or he.
Well, maybe he's breaking out of his shell. Next.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, one of my best friends lives out there, like maybe 10 minutes from him. So I told him to hook up with him and whatever, and he just started fixing monitors, and they hit it off. And he introduced me to him, and we hung out for a day. And then the next day, he's like, "Yeah, just come on over with the equipment." I'm like, "Great."
Wow.
That's really cool.
I was really careful because, like, everybody wants their privacy on their property. You don't want to know where you live and all that. And you know, everybody has that pile of junk like I do over there, which you can't see.
Yeah.
So, you know, I made sure to not include.
Yeah, we all know there's a reason why we don't turn our cameras too far that direction.
Yeah.
That's getting creepy beyond that line right there.
Yeah.
Can't see a line, can you, Russ?
Can't see it at all.
So I was editing that earlier today.
Awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
It's taking me a while.
Yeah, I miss having him on here. He hasn't.
But as you can see, it looks fantastic.
I should get some sound clips. Just give me ideas now.
I guess I got a little bit of a gut. I got no ass. My girlfriend's like, why can't you grow an ass?
That's the context.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy though. Really cool.
Yeah.
We're hanging out.
Yeah. He's fun.
Pretty much everyone here has met, Mike in person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he helped out one of the local arcades at Fireball Arcade. It's like this guy that's starting out an arcade. It's about a year old. And he went over there and fixed like 2 or 3 machines like instantly.
Yeah,
awesome.
you see when you see him at Grinkers helping out, like you can tell he just he gets off on helping. Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
He's all about being the tech guy. Yeah.
Yep.
He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke.
Right. He drinks fucking tea.
Yeah, by the gun.
Sweet tea.
Chicken wings.
He gets amped up on the sugar.
Yeah.
You might get stabbed in the throat once or twice.
I'd love to get him.
You don't want to have breakfast with him when you have a hangover, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's
love the dude. He's a great guy, but
that's another topic. Send an email to the arcade.
No, he really did enjoy the video though. But like he did do the pitch thing with Carrie's thing. He started off with
he did.
It's like
the sexy Carrie's D, but then he went up
can't
higher,
correct it.
and then he went a little higher. And
The only way to correct it is for the video to end. Yeah.
Yeah.
The video has to end, otherwise he can't correct it. He's stuck in that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do that in real life. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, he just does it for the videos.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's cute.
I was expecting to see it all the time. What's up, delusional? So.
He gets
I was
his
grateful.
inner
Quick-
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, quick turnaround. Got my monitor back. Now I have elevator all put back together again, except for the control panel. So.
He's really good at like burning stuff in too. He'll leave it on for like a couple days, make sure it's like really working when he fixes it.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, because when we were there, he's like, "Yeah, this thing has been on for 3 days." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Wow.
Yeah, he does a burn-in test on every single monitor he repairs.
Yeah.
I really want to know what his hydro bill is, having 10 of those, whatever.
In Virginia, so it's not expensive down there compared to here.
Yeah, most likely.
Ridiculous up here.
Oh, that radiation. You probably can't have babies anymore.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Did he ever get his crimpers back from him?
The longest question ever.
Absolutely has not.
That was an.
I thought he was going to buy. I thought he bought them.
I
thought he was going to buy them. Didn't he buy them from Buffett?
No, he never paid for them.
I'm getting a direct message from that guy, that 8-bit dude. That I don't know if he's a crook yet. I still got to.
Oh yeah, that's right. I talked to you on Twitter or something about that. Yeah, they fucked you over or whatever.
He keeps asking for my phone number to call me. I'm like, no.
Send him a link to the show.
Bring him on, right?
Bring him on. Let's do it.
Oh my goodness, we'll be like the Jenny Jones or
yeah, but on the boxing gloves.
Oh my God, Jenny Jones. What happened to her?
Nothing's worse though when you like send for something like online like that and you don't get it. You've paid it. You're waiting forever for it.
Like I see all his artwork. It looks gorgeous. Like everybody's salivating over it. He has like tons of followers. And I was like, all right, I didn't really check with anyone. I'm like, whatever. So I sent them an instant message at first. I think it was through Twitter. And I said, hey, do you want to do something for the channel? Would you want to donate something? Because sometimes people are really cool and, you help them, they help you, you get more views, they get more exposure. I'm always trying to help and pay it forward. But he was right away. He was like, no, I can't do that. I can't afford that. But I can give you a discount code if you want to order something now. And I was like, okay, so let me do something that says Dell's Arcade on the bottom. I ordered like a Tempest thing and like some other Donkey Kong stuff. So once he did the conversion and everything, because he's overseas, came out to like $149. That's how much like he still owes me, that he hasn't paid me, and I haven't gotten any artwork. So over time, he kept giving me excuses. Yeah, I'm getting divorced after 14 years.
I don't want to hear any of that.
Going to the hospital.
I don't care. Don't make your problems my problems.
Exactly. And I have problems too. Everybody has problems. And I've been through the ringer. Right. But whatever. So I gave him chance after chance. And finally I said, dude, I just want a refund. Just give it back to me. So then after the refund, he was saying that I don't have this money in my account. And he gave me a screenshot of his balance in PayPal.
Oh, come on.
And then he's like, I can't give it to you right now. Can you wait a couple days? So a couple days pass. I'm like, what's going on? I don't see anything. I'm giving you till Friday. Then I'm just going to dispute it. And then PayPal, they have a little thing where it's 120 days and you're done. After that, you have to elevate it. Like, you can still get your money back if you have to elevate it, like, through all these people. And
the next level, yeah.
Yeah, so, then I said, finally, I just threw my hands up. I was like, look, I'll give you one last shot. If you could just mail me the stuff, I'll mention it on my channel. I'll tell them all about you, whatever. And then he's like, yeah, I'm going to mail it tomorrow. And 2 weeks later, still didn't do it. And I was like,
God.
Let me go to Twitter. And then it just blew up because all these other people were saying, yeah, I never got stuff from him either. And
yeah, I saw that.
Stuff to my email.
It starts the avalanche.
So, now he's panicking. Like, he's finally contacting me now after, like, going to silent mode, blocking me because I'm threatening to go on the channel with it. It's going to be really well edited, too, like, with all the stuff. But,
that's so lame.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do the right thing, but karma too. I don't like doing that to anybody, but
So what did Kendra say when you talked
money? Huh?
Sorry.
Oh.
I missed it.
That was a bad joke.
That's terrible. Hey, don't make that joke, please.
Okay, I'm joking. I'm just joking. They've been a lot better lately.
Joke either.
Let's just end it.
Let's just stop that.
Swinging an IRC out here.
Yeah.
No, just joking.
I don't pull the ripcord on many jokes, but I don't want to.
No, that's a bad one. That's due to 3 vodka cranberries.
Good on you.
Say that 3 times fast. There.
So
Del, like, how'd you get in the hobby? Like, what's your story? Like, where you
all
from?
right, one of my coworkers, where I used to work, this guy Ito, that's his name. This guy Lance and John, they have Retroware TV. I don't know if you ever seen their channel. They have this whole website. They have the Retro World Expo that they do every year. That's by me. That's why I hardly try to travel anymore, because they have it right there. So I went to his house for his birthday party that he was having with a barbecue, and then he had a main machine.
And what year was this? Sorry, just
how long ago was this? It had to be at least 10 years ago. Yeah, probably, because my YouTube channel I did was about 11 years old. So it was probably 12 years ago then. And he had this ugly ass Arcade on a Mortal Kombat cabinet. And it had all the games. And I was like, holy crap. I was like, I've never seen anything like that. There was no Pi back then, so I tried it and looked at it and kept playing. And I said, I got to build one. So it took me a year. I planned it. I joined BYOAC, which is the Arcade Controls Forum, how to build your stuff. And I built this aircraft carrier that you see right there. First main cab right there. You didn't see it before.
Yeah.
That has a Tron joystick and stuff on it.
All right. So, no. Let's go see that a little bit more closely.
Mock's getting
come on.
Mock's getting
I'm getting tangled up here.
I'm afraid to say anything else. I don't incriminate myself anymore.
So that's it.
That control panel looks a bit small.
Yeah.
It does it because the room's big. That's why. But it's really big.
That controller is about as wide as mine.
That's a huge monitor too. How big is that monitor?
Like a 27-inch Betson multi-sync arcade monitor.
Nice.
So I'm running groupie name on there. It hits all the resolution.
Got a good 4.5 foot wide control panel. Nice.
And he's got a Tron joystick on there, just like me.
Yeah, and a spinner and
a spinner like I have.
It helps to have really long arms so you can reach. When you play that game.
That's how I play like this.
Does your 1-player and 2-player both have dual joysticks?
Yep, they do.
Yeah, that's what I did on mine too.
I love Smash TV and I loved all that stuff and Robotron. So
that's why I did it on mine too.
Yeah, so we can play Total Carnage on there.
Yep.
But I have it anyway, so
What does the marquee say? Ultracade?
That says Delusionals Ultra Arcade.
Oh, okay. Got it.
You know, I had to have the word arcade back then, or else it
Yeah.
wasn't a real main machine.
Yeah, it's lit too, so it makes it official.
Yeah,
you
it's
have
funny
other
how like my taste has changed over the years because I'm so into like restoration now, and you know, trying to leave the patina on there. Like if it looks good, I'll leave it because it's the arcade history. You know, I don't want to mess with it. But back then, I wanted everything new. Yeah, let's make it name this, name that, and everything lights up. I've toned it down. It used to light up more. I took out a lot of LEDs that were on there. But
Gak's got a boner.
Lights up.
LEDs.
Yeah.
So do you have
yeah?
Do you have other emulators in there, like to play Daphne and stuff like that?
Oh, I have everything on there. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I wish you can get my extension cord to get this to work, but I'd have to look for it. See, right now I have like a 50-foot cord, you know, which I had for the HD. I was going to use this.
Jeez.
It goes around the whole arcade and HD.
Cord, man.
That's what she said.
I do live streams, so you know.
Jabari.
Wait, where's this guy located?
I can't tell you. You're going to take my stuff.
This guy.
Northeast
Connecticut, Dave.
And do you like Bud Light?
Undisclosed location.
Wait, did you say Connecticut?
Some undisclosed.
Oh, so you're
location in Connecticut.
you're Lance, the USPS gentleman.
Lance.
You said Ito Lance.
Yeah, Ito Bandito. I think that's his name.
Are you Ito from Connecticut? First name Lance.
Do you know Chris Crone at all? He runs the he has a couple video game stores, one here in Connecticut, one in California.
No, but I know Lance from Fun Spot. He's come the last few years. Has he gone to Brofest? Are we talking about the same? It's got to be. Is Ito? He looks like Judge Ito. They call him in that in college. No, different person.
Yes, yeah. I didn't know him back in college. I just knew him from work. But him and John D'Elia. God, what was? I'm trying to think of John's nickname that he had. You know, everybody has a handle, but him. They basically founded RetroWare TV, which does like retro stuff, and they have a guy that does from pixel to plastic.
Yeah, that's a good channel. That's another really good channel.
Here. You know, so they have a lot of good shows, and basically, if I was a content creator and I didn't really have any viewers, I would go to him, and he kind of like would let you go on his website, and then it's kind of like a collaboration of all these people, and they kind of get a cut, and they'll put the little RetroWare TV on the beginning of your video, and then they'll get
yeah. So
that kind of blossomed and grew, and ended up being, you know, a really good moneymaker. I mean, he still works a full-time job. Both of them do. But they've collaborated with Chris Crone, who owns the video game stores, and it escapes me the name of the stores, but they basically do Retro World Expo every year. You know, it's a huge thing. They had to move to New Haven now because it's so big. It's multiple floors. They have panels where they, you know, take YouTubers that are from Connecticut or from wherever, and they all just collaborate. Yeah, it's great. Good show.
Didn't they do the video game years
yes,
stuff?
That's
that was really cool, and that was fun series that they used to do. I was kind of bummed when it was over.
I'm actually on the DVD in the special edition. On the end, we did this little skit.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just acting and stuff. And we had to put mustaches on, and it was kind of fun.
Yeah,
after you could probably stop presenting.
Oh, sorry. I want to hear more about the mustaches.
You got to buy the DVD to find out. But yeah, so that when he went to Amazon, it just blew up. You know, Amazon Prime has it now. Video game years, but check it out; it's really good. They're both good guys. Yeah, both collectors, same deal.
Speaking of DVDs, did anybody ever find that bit with 34K in it in that movie?
No.
Oh, that's right. We forgot about that.
I forgot to go back and try and dig that out. Yeah.
Aspen Extreme.
Aspen Extreme.
That's it. I couldn't
Look
find
for
it
the tall
guy.
in the trench coat.
In the trench coat, black trench coat.
At the craft table.
At the very end of the movie, during the
doing his Silent Bob impersonation.
It's fucking there. I have to watch the movie again, but I don't own it, so I have to like find it on YouTube.
Oh, I was expecting to find coffee.
If you want to buy a copy and bring it to Grinkers, I'll go ahead and sign up for you.
Yeah. Okay, I found the game. It took me like a solid 15 minutes.
Are you talking about the underwater one with the harpoons?
It's called. It's by Atari. Came out in 1990. It's called Thunder Jaws.
What?
And it has a level that looks just like Rolling Thunder.
Dude,
I met a girl.
I'm changing my cloth name tomorrow to Thunderjaws.
I met a girl.
Thunderjaws 4. The
And I have the JAMA board somewhere buried in my collection.
Yeah, she had a case of the Thunderjaws.
Yes.
Oh, I've never played that one.
So it's an 8-way 2-button, but Rolling Thunder is a 4-way 2-button. But they're one of the screenshots on the game on KLV. If you look at the list of video games, one of the screens has the upper level just like Rolling Thunder.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
God, look at the end boss for the end of the game. It's like a disgusting monster.
Like double dragon with a harpoon.
Oh my god, I never played that.
Oh, that's a sexy marquee though.
Yeah, you fight her at the end. She's like all like a slime monster.
But that was the other thing I found, that some of those games, they are designed to be 2 simultaneous players also, whereas Rolling Thunder is 1 player at a time.
Yeah.
Rolling Thunder.
I think Rastan had the same thing. Yeah,
Rastan was single.
but the Rastan, the second one or whatever, there was another. Was it Rastan 2 or Nastar 2?
Nastar Warrior.
Whatever the second one, the
Thunderjaws.
It's awful. The graphics are awful.
That's
the sound's
terrible.
awful. But you can have 2 simultaneous players. So you can't allow there to be a 2-player game if you have a 1-player setup. So
I gotta play Thunderjaws. I want to check that
there you
out.
go.
Dial it up, Mock.
So
I'm watching the video right now.
Since we're talking about like
it actually looks like Alien.
Yeah, it looks weird, right? That weird monster at the end. Okay, so is Carrie still in here? Yeah, Carrie. Okay, so Carrie, there's this game I saw. Okay, Galloping Ghosts. They did their weekly mystery game reveal this week, or I think maybe it was last week. They showed a game that I've never seen before, but it was like I thought of you just because it was a lot like Shinobi, and I've never seen this game before. It's called Surprise Attack. You guys ever heard of it?
No.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Let me post it in the chat so you guys can check it out on YouTube. But it's like Shinobi, but with guns instead of shrunkins.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, shrunkins.
Jerkins.
Jerkins.
I like shrunkins though. That's great.
Shrunkins.
Oh my god, he's like
Metal Slug
shooting in Thunderjaws. He's like shooting like this weird like disembodied torso of a woman.
That's what I was talking about. That weird monster thing.
Oh my fuck!
It's gross looking, right?
It's so fleshy.
But it has a woman's big head with a big giant red hair on it.
Her
I've seen that game before. I'm looking at the video too.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah. But anyway, so Carrie, maybe you can check that game out because we'll have to keep an eye out for that one.
That's another 1990 game.
Yeah, 1990 Surprise Attack, but it's like
Quit
it's
talking
like
about all these
Shinobi.
90s. No.
Even has like how Shinobi has that special it can do where it like kills everything on the screen, but this one you hit the button and you're electrified all over your body, so anything you touch gets killed. It's kind of similar idea.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It'd be better with a dog though.
No dog, but you have a jetpack, I think. Once in a while.
Dog,
jetpack. Whatever.
No, it's all about a dog. It's like
Both
I'm
are high
fine. Like
maintenance.
I get killed, I'm okay, but like don't when I'm playing Shadow Dancer, don't fuck with my dog.
Yeah, don't turn him into a puppy. Knock that
Right?
off.
Don't turn him into a puppy. I'm gonna
Stop it.
Yeah,
I feel bad every time you hear
cool.
that.
Oh, totally. No, it is. Oh, look, and here comes 80.
Someone say dog?
Yeah, I heard the term Shadow
Ding
Dancer.
dong.
Yeah,
I'm a dog. What'd you say, dog? I'm a dog.
Yeah.
And for the fighter guys, like there's the Samurai Showdown that had was it Cody or whatever. That had the dog.
Yeah.
It was the dog would do the attack, but like if you counter the dog would go. And then, like, run
Galford.
away.
Galford had the dog.
Thank you,
Yeah.
yes.
Isn't that Geo Samurai Showdown?
Yeah, Samurai Showdown.
They're doing a remake of it, like with kind of like in the style of the Street Fighter, where it's all kind of a stylized
3D-ish.
watercolor 3D-ish thing. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that's any good. But kind of cool they're bringing it back.
Yeah. Did you guys talk about the PC Engine minis?
No, I didn't bring that up in the news. I probably should have.
How fucking cool are they? I've got to get all 3. I have to get all 3 there.
Yeah, they put different games on each one. I'm sure they probably will.
They definitely will. And I just got a Famicom Mini the other day. That was pretty cool. So I'm trying to get all of them. So when I come over for Grinkers, I'm gonna have to see if I can pick up a Super Nintendo Mini, one of your guys' ones, because I haven't got that one.
Oh, okay.
Are they available?
I think they're still in the stores. Yeah, I mean, I walked in and I have one, but I bought mine just off the shelf.
Yeah, do they still sell them? I don't know.
Well, according to the Walmart website, they have them. So yeah.
I got mine.
Yeah, so Jerry, if you need me to, I can always run to Target or whatever and pick one up.
Oh, awesome, man! Cheers.
Yeah,
the Genesis Mini is
remind me
cool.
on Facebook or something like that. There.
Yeah,
they put a lot of good games in the Genesis Mini that's coming out in the holidays. Yeah, they have just like, I can't believe they got licenses from Disney and stuff. So they have Castle of Illusion, and they have
Castle of Illusion was such a good game.
Yeah, that was great.
Right, as a teenager.
Right.
But they didn't put Musha on it, which was weird. But it is on the Japanese release, which is odd. It's like, well, why don't you give us that one instead? We got a weird port of Darius, so that's kind of a bummer. But no, they have a lot of other really good games. Like the.
You see the add-on for it now, the USB hub, which is the Mega CD.
It's just a hunk of plastic, but it's just cool to look at.
Yeah, I got the FDS, the Famicom disc system add-on for the mini Famicom, and it's pretty much it's just a cardboard box. That's all it is. It's actually made out of cardboard. So while my friend was in Japan, I'm like, grab me one of them as well, and he's like, oh, they're like $8. I'm like, fucking grab me one, just so I can add it to the collection.
Wow.
You guys hear about the Mega SD? Just got announced.
Yes.
Retro RGB. That's the guy that he owns this Outrun right here. That's Bob. He used to live in Connecticut. Now he lives in Manhattan, which is pretty close to me, like 45 minutes. But apparently it's like a cartridge that you put in the top, and you could load images for CDs onto an SD card, and it plays just like the SD, the Sega CD.
Did you see the photos? Okay. They put it into a Sega Nomad with the battery hanging off the back. It's so heavy to fucking pick up. The battery's like the size of a goddamn old Nokia phone. It's fucking huge.
Yeah, big mushroom.
Oh, it looks really cool.
Head.
It's expensive, but it's very expensive.
Bulbous.
Yeah, did you guys ever open up a Nomad and see how many batteries that thing takes?
Boring. I've got one, but I never opened it up.
Welcome to the console hangout.
Sorry, Jim. We'll talk about Atari VCS next.
Oh, good.
Actually, what's that question? How are you going with that streaming setup of yours, Jim?
Well, if you had paid any of attention last week,
it's done. That's really cool.
No, okay.
It's all ready to go. I haven't had
boring.
I'm gonna start calling you Doc Mac.
Hey, this is arcade related, fuckface.
So Jim spent several months dialing it all in, getting it perfect. Now he's just gonna put it on the back burner.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Now it's done. I have no reason to do it.
I'm bored with shit.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. I'm done.
Yeah. No, I got to get I want to make I'm in the process of working on the video to get that done. That goes into detail about it and how I troubleshot everything to get there. And it's going to be a long ass video, but I haven't had any time because I've been involved in a big court trial and so I've been getting home. I've been working 12-hour days. I have no fucking time to work on anything else. So yeah. So maybe next week I'll have time to start.
I know, but you could be streaming to Twitch now. So just saying.
Yeah, actually, I'll see you guys later. Yeah.
Where's your channel? Let's all watch Jim play some games.
I'd rather get that done first rather than delay it while it's still fresh.
I think you need to master Toki and do a tutorial.
Speaking of Toki, I played that when Carrie was here over the weekend, and I can consistently, well, at least by consistent, I mean I did it 2 or 3 times in a row. Could get to the 4th level boss, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I don't really want to be watch a tutorial and be like, oh, there's the trick, and fucking ruin it for me. Spoilers. Yeah. So I know you have to shoot that elephant at the feet or whatever, but
the ice elephant you're talking about?
Yeah.
I hate that thing.
But I don't know what to do when he gets too close, because everything hurts you. It's not like the third level boss where you can crawl underneath them.
Does he like throw his tusks at you or something?
No, he jumps and then his front tusk hurts you, and so and so he slowly moves towards you. So I think you have to like jump to avoid the tusk when he moves that far forward, like neutral jump, and then I think he'll go back. So that's what I'm gonna try the next time I play it. So yeah, I was having some really good games. It just sucks though, like you could have like all 4 lives or have 5 lives, because you earn extra lives, and you get to one spot that you can't beat and you just lose them all right there.
Yeah. And when you get to a certain point, is there no more continues, just like Rastan, or?
I think the last level you cannot continue, but I don't continue.
Everybody check this link out except for Jim, and then you got to see how. Okay, at 7:46, check this out.
Okay.
Because it's the boss that he's talking about. I can't believe the trick.
I'm not watching that.
Fast forward to 7:46.
I'm not watching it because I'm trying to complete that game without fucking continuing.
It's 7 minutes and 46 seconds. Someone did a speed run, and I was like, I gotta see what Jim's talking about. I'm like, oh my god, is that it?
15 minutes.
No, it's before. It's a little bit earlier. It's like 7:36.
Oh, 7:36.
I'll just patiently wait here while everyone watches.
7:30 is the beginning.
I'm not watching it. I'm with you, Jim. I'm not watching it.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, that's gay as fuck. Boring.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a green elephant. I see it now.
Yeah.
Such a fucking good game, bro.
Hey, Jim, no spoilers, but
Jimbo's gonna love suffering over that.
I know. Did you guys watch it?
Yeah, I just watched it.
Yeah.
Isn't that unbelievable?
How much does a legit
How easy is that?
Don't say what it is.
Don't tell Jim. I want to watch it on stream.
Yeah, stream that shit before you fucking watch that video.
Wow.
Did you watch it, Carrie?
Yep, I watched it. Yep.
Unbelievable, right?
For the 5 seconds he took to kill it.
Yeah, it was really fast.
Oh, you fuck.
Jim's like, what? I can't watch it though. No,
I love this. Yeah.
Right, he figured out. He goes,
now he's not even gonna go to sleep tonight. Now he's just gonna keep playing to that level.
So what makes you like that game? I always never liked this game for some reason.
Toki? Oh man, that's
you're fired. You're off the show forever now. You're gonna wish you never said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what game I hate? Rolling Thunder. It's such a worse game than Shadow Dancer. So like, why even bother with it? Yeah.
No dogs.
No dogs, exactly, right there.
That was cool. I just never kind of understood the concept of what he's doing.
Did you never play it back in the day in the arcade? Probably you never saw it. Yeah.
No, I played it in MAME after, and I was like, oh, this.
Well,
is
I don't think Jim ever saw it back in the day. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I did.
It would have been. You did.
No, that's how I knew about it.
I saw it in arcades.
I definitely saw it, but I figured that would you would have been like 8 years old when it was in the arcades or something.
No, they had those around even well into. That was a really common. That's like as common as Arkanoid to some degree. Oh yeah, I saw them all.
I only remember seeing it once in an arcade.
Oh no, I saw them. That's how I remember the name because I remember seeing it multiple times. And then I remember when they had the well, it wasn't really a port, but they brought it onto like Sega Genesis or something. I'm like, this isn't the same game. Yeah. The arcade version is way better.
The music.
The HD release.
No, the Sega Genesis version, whatever they called it, Toki Ape Spit or something.
Yeah, that one, the Genesis one. No, but there's an HD release that's on Switch, I think, only.
That just came out in the last few months, but they started working on that several years ago.
Yeah, I know, and they finally found a publisher.
Crazy updated. It looks weird compared to the original.
Leak with all his fake.
It does look kind of weird, right?
Yeah,
it looks weird.
I don't know if it's the art style, even though they're trying to make it look like the arcade, but something's off on it. I can't.
Off. Yeah.
I don't know.
The animation in the arcade game is so fluid and it's great. Like he's so animated.
The HD one feels like a Flash game or something.
It's like this hand trying to grab him now.
Oh, the sorcerer, the evil guy. You have to fight him at the end, I guess.
What are you doing there?
I don't know. Maybe I'll try it again. I like the.
To me, I had the same.
You
love.
missed it.
I pretty much had the same love for that game as Rastan. I mean, to me, the gameplay is very similar.
It's a difficult platformer. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ever try Metrocross?
Yes.
It really sounds familiar, but I'm not
You had it
sure.
at Capcom. I tried it. This guy Brian told me to try it. It's really fun. You're like racing the clock. It's kind of weird.
Have you ever played Loverboy Dell?
The real question.
I reenacted it as a teenager.
Hawk is
but
our resident
Bunga
master.
Nothing like a raping game.
Yeah.
Start your day.
Fun for the whole family.
Yeah. Play that with your son.
Did any of you guys happen to catch a couple nights ago? So on the History Channel Sunday night, I think was Game Changer. Did you guys, anybody else catch that?
Game
No, I read about it there.
So it's like the history of arcade games and console games, and like the competitiveness between manufacturers and developers, like how they had success with their companies. I mean, they go into depth interviewing Nolan Bushnell and Owen Rubin is on there. They interview him a bit.
Where did you see this?
It was on the History Channel. It's called like Game Changers or something like that. In our Slack chat, I mentioned it a couple nights ago, but
yeah, I saw
Sure, I
that
think.
was in your.
But man, it was awesome though. But you know, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but it's like Bushnell talks about a story about who's the guy, the Apple dude,
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs, and I'm like, God damn it, that just pisses me off about that dude. The story he tells, he's like, so. You know, it was very successful Atari. It was mostly black and white era, I think, late mid 70s. And he wanted to do Breakout or Super Breakout, but none of the employees had time to do it or wanted to work on it. And Steve Jobs was, you know, kind of a nobody. And he's like, what can I do to get in this company? I want to work for you. And he's like, I have this game I want to develop. If you can develop it, you know, like on the side, I'll just give you $5,000 like as a bonus.
Yeah.
And so Wozniak, behind the scenes, he got Wozniak to. I think Wozniak did most of the work actually.
Yeah.
But he delivered it like quickly, and so he got $5,000. And this interview is with Nolan Bushnell. Nolan Bushnell's telling the story, and this is a recent video of him. And he's a couple weeks later, he crossed paths with Wozniak, you know, in the mid 70s, whatever it was. And he's all, yeah. So what are you going to do with your half the money, the $2,500? And he's like, he saw the look on his face, like, what the fuck kind of thing. And he's like, what's wrong? And he's all, Steve Jobs told me that the job was $500. So I only got $250. So fucking Steve Jobs took $4,750.
That is the story. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
let's dig him up and shit on his chest.
Yeah. And Bushnell talked about, you know,
boners.
And then he talked about his biggest, he's all, my biggest regret ever in the business was, you know, Steve Jobs a few months later gave him the offer. He was starting this new company called Apple, and he would give him a third of the company for $50,000. And he's like, nah, he's like a multimillionaire, you know, he's like, I'm good. I don't want to throw away this $50,000 on some pipe dream you have or whatever, you know.
Dude, I remember looking at Apple stock in the 90s, mid 90s, when they were fucking trading at like $1.50.
Hey, yeah.
And just being like, you know, like this is a company that like I work with, like I use all their hardware and software. And I was like, it's like I totally could like, you know, buy 1,000 shares.
Yeah.
Right. It would be like no big deal. It'd be like, you know, a bonus. Like we could give that to our employees for my first company that I started. It's like, that'd be like a cute little thing because we all use Apple stuff. And like they were going through some hard times. The shit was like cheap. It's like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, like crazy.
I kind of have a hate
relationship
with Apple.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I hate my iPhone. I hate the company. I hate their apps. I hate their business practices. I hate that I have to buy 3 different type of phones that still doesn't give me enough space on my fucking phone to hold apps on it. I hate that there's no phone jack on it anymore. I have the last one that has a phone jack, and when this thing dies, I'm gonna fucking
miss
cry.
that thing.
Fuck them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them.
You buy a
Abandonship.
$30 fucking adapter so you can listen to music and charge your goddamn shit at the same time.
I hate people that tell me that Apple's better than anything else in the world, and it isn't. Fuck you, it is not.
I'm gonna re-listen to this like 30 seconds over and over again because I just love it.
Yeah.
Because you're all fucking wrong.
I just absolutely love it.
I'm not saying PC's better, but at least you can get a phone that has an SD slot and you can put something. I don't have a Galaxy Note or whatever because I'm stuck with the iPhone, and I have all these apps that I've paid over the years. I'm kind of like locked in now. I got to start all over fresh if I get a Galaxy Note. Fuck. Anyway, that's my rant. Thank you very much.
Mock's gonna live off the grid pretty soon.
I want to just get some string and like a cup. Hello. Hello.
Yeah. You know you gotta keep it tight. Pull it more tight.
Taunt. Pull it taunt.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Mark,
they covered other
Mark,
stories.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Other stories are really great. Like there was a guy who worked for Magnavox who created the original, whatever, I think he called it tennis or something like that. It was the original Pong, but it didn't play like Pong. It was really hard, like the error detection and the way it bounced and stuff. And they had like two knobs, I think, and you could redirect the ball after you hit it or something like that. So like Nolan Bushnell saw the game at some show and was like, I can perfect on this. Let's make a better game. And that's essentially how Pong happened.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name, of course.
Fuck, what's his name?
The Magnavox guy.
Yeah.
He took him to court. It took like several years and had lawyers and all this.
He was like the grandfather of video games.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so Bushnell made a comment like he talked to his lawyer, and his lawyer said, well, we can fight this in courts, but you're probably going to spend like $1 million fighting this. And so he essentially worked out a deal where he negotiated out of the courts for way less money. And then he said part of the agreement was that he had to go after all the other companies that were making clones of Pong for home games. Because there was like Radio Shack or whoever made.
Oh, everybody had a Pong clone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The home. So it actually boosted Atari's sales because all these other competitors were like folding because they're being sued by the guy who created, the original tennis or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah. YouTube got it.
Ralph Baer. Yes, exactly. There we go.
So Bushnell, wasn't he? He was part of Atari or something, right? Wasn't he?
Yeah.
So when he quit Atari, he didn't know that it was in his contract that said you can't, for the next 5 years, I believe it was, that you cannot work for another electronics company and do what you do now, like as a programmer. So he didn't even know what the fuck to do. He's like, shit, this is all I've done. I'm a game maker. So that
was after they got bought by like Warner Brothers.
Yes, and they talked about that in the
So I think, if I believe my information is right, I believe he went to move on to make Chuck E. Cheese.
He did. That sounds about right.
Yeah, and so he went that route. And
this is deja vu of an Arcade Outsiders episode.
Is it?
Could be. Yeah.
The one with
I saw it all in a documentary.
The one with Brian Rubin.
Yeah.
But I've given you my bit of trivia, which is I went to high school with his daughter.
Oh, really?
She's my classmate.
Whose daughter?
Yeah.
With Bushnell's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Bushnell's daughter. Yeah.
So my wife, she grew up in San Jose, and when she was in college at the junior college, taking a Spanish class, Steve Wozniak was in her class.
Oh.
And she's like, he was already famous. This is like, I don't know, 94, 95, 96, somewhere in there. And he was already famous with the Apple stuff. But it's like he wanted to learn some Spanish, essentially. Yeah. She's like,
close enough.
She's just like, he was creepy, like he was like twice the age everybody else that was in the class. And he was cocky and arrogant and like, trying to
older men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
You like beards?
Yeah.
Tickle your thigh.
Alicia and I Alyssa and I were in high school together, so it's kind of hard to be like, oh, she was not like, she wasn't a cheerleader hot type. She was normal nerdy girl.
Okay.
So. Blonde.
Yeah.
Nice. She was nice.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. Not unattractive, but not. She wasn't like, you know.
And I love the story about how, because they tapped into the part where like the developers of some of the more popular Atari games were like, hey, you know, we see we collectively made $60 million in sales on these games we developed last year. We'd like to get credit. We want our names on the games, and we'd like to have a royalty or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And the guy was the Warner dude was basically like, well, you guys are basically the same as the people who assemble the boards on the line. You know, you're just an employee of Atari. So they're kind of like, fuck that. We're gonna start. What was it? Activision. It was the Activision guys.
Ah.
And then they were like more successful.
They made the better games anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I got to change the subject real quick. Gleek just posted a picture of Andrew in the IRC chat.
Are you wearing braces?
Aspen Extreme in his face right there.
Oh, he found him.
That's a 20-year-old Andrew.
Oh yeah.
That's very funny.
That's awesome, Gleek.
That's some good fucking like screen slowing down shit.
Yeah, that took some work. Nicely done.
Were you wearing braces? YouTube? The whole movie's on YouTube.
So someone can really Photoshop that second photo.
Yeah, that's
were you wearing braces back then?
I was probably out of braces by then.
What did they just tell the crowd? Everyone go, yay!
No, it's such basic like background stuff where it's like, and then we actually had things where they had to finish the race where we had to make noise. They just had audio guys, and then we had the next scene where we make noise but like don't actually talk, like just go.
Oh, so they could have people talking. Over
Yeah,
or whatever.
so they could like do the voiceover and stuff behind it.
Magic wristbands with that headband there, or
that's some pretty magic stuff right there.
So this is actually in the 90s, not the 80s, right?
This is 80.
90,
well, it was.
I thought
between,
you said 93.
No, I would have been gone by 93. So this was shot in 90, 91, maybe.
I was gonna say if it was like in the 80s, they're probably like passing out free cocaine to everybody in the crowd. You know, like have a good time, let's party. You know,
that's just Aspen. You get that shit everywhere.
Yeah, right.
It's
okay.
You're
So
standing on it.
There's nothing special about that at all.
Well, according to IRC, it says 93.
Look at all this snow.
Well, that may be when it came out. That was not when it was shot.
I got you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So 93, I'd already moved away from Aspen. So it was shot in 90 or 91, I think.
I gotcha.
I've got to find this fucking movie.
It's
on
not
YouTube.
good. It's
I
really
know,
seriously
but
not
I like
good.
to watch a lot of B-grade movies anyway.
I know. I'm trying to figure what type of movie is it. It's not really a teenage comedy. It's not really an action film. It's not really a.
It's just a ski movie.
It's just a kind of a dull ski movie. That you know.
It's not
it
like
just has.
Let's all watch
That's why
it
no one's
drunk
ever really
together.
heard of it.
And the hot older woman in it was on a soap opera. You know, at the time.
But it has some semi-famous people in it.
Let's all watch it when
She's
we're
the
drunk.
She's the only famous person I think in the movie.
That'd be a good Thursday night activity.
I forgot her name.
It's totally a B ski movie.
Yeah.
That was
I think Hamburger is better.
And I can't find Hamburger on DVD.
Hamburger the movie.
Dude, I fucking love
You
that.
were in that one, Mock.
Holy shit! It's a 2-hour movie. Good God!
I know. Fucking editing, fucker.
Who the fuck funded that?
Well, it probably had like 30
Edited down.
montages that are like, you know,
Someone
mini
find
music
me.
videos.
Someone find me a DVD of
I
Hamburger.
remember. Okay, I saw the movie in the theater. I'm waiting for because it's supposed to be a teenage comedy, is what I thought it was. I'm waiting for the big sex scene, and they finally get to it, and it's a lot of fade to fade to fade to fade. You don't see shit. I'm like, what a ripoff!
So I saw it once at the premiere in the movie theater that I worked at in high school, because we were doing we do the film fest at that theater every year. So there's 2 theaters in Aspen, or there was. I don't even know if there's 2 anymore. But anyway, so there was 2 theaters. So we did the film fest, and they did the premiere of that movie there. That was the only fucking time I ever saw it. Once in the theater and never again.
There's plenty of copies of Hamburger the movie on eBay US.
DVD.
Yep, DVD. Fucking
send me a link.
$17 US though. That's
How much?
$17.
Yeah, fuck that right in the go.
Yeah, I get it in Australia.
That's a $3 DVD.
Yeah, I'm looking at $25
like a bargain bin.
That was like late night HBO every fucking night of my high school.
Mark, don't you have that movie on your MAME rig?
Yeah, I probably did.
Yeah.
It would cost me.
It's up there with USA Up All Night type of movie.
I would pay $5 for that movie to watch it again, but not a penny more.
Fucking $49 to get a 15
fuck that.
Yeah, fuck it.
Someone find that movie for $5.
So, have you guys seen Saturday Night Fever, the sequel?
There was a sequel?
Yeah, there was a shitty sequel. Well,
Sunday Morning Hangover?
Was it actually a sequel?
Yeah,
I mean, did it have John Travolta, right?
yeah, so
But it was
Fiona
like a
Hughes. Fiona Hughes, that's her name. I'll put it in the thing. So, yeah, I went to go see it for her because back then that she was kind of cute and stuff. She's on the cover of the DVD of Aspen Extreme. So that was the one I was waiting for the big sex scene. And then, like, they go to the jacuzzi. I remember it, like, fades to black. And then they're putting their clothes back on. I'm like, what the fuck? I got ripped off.
I paid money for
I
this.
want my money back. I probably had, like, some stand-in nude model that,
You're like a preteen. You're like, is that how sex works?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I remember when people were
pregnant?
hot. Yeah, it was big.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that was
All
quick.
right, guys, I gotta rock. I gotta get up
Yeah,
super early.
it's-
So
Yep, same here.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite.
I had to be up.
Anytime.
on
All right,
that.
thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers, Dale.
Yeah.
So congrats on hopefully getting 3,000 soon here.
And get the fuck out to
Almost there.
drinkers.
20 away.
Yeah.
I'm
Money
gonna.
away. All right.
If I'm coming from Australia, you got to make it from Connecticut.
Yeah.
Dude, if you go to fucking Arizona, go to drinkers.
I know. You know, I'm gonna do it.
Dude,
Don't worry.
All right.
Do it.
I'll buy you a beer.
I think Yatsua is supposed to be out there. I think he.
Yeah.
Spend,
I'll be
$1,500
VIP.
on travel expenses. We'll buy you $1 beer.
That's right.
Yeah, so,
And maybe a sandwich.
and
Don't push it.
$10 sandwich.
roast current, I think.
We'll collect a
It's like
pool, maybe.
$3
Yeah.
for a beer and a sandwich.
Going over budget here.
Okay. Thanks
See
for
you later,
coming on.
Delusional.
All right. Thanks, everybody. So,
And
Thanks for joining us.
Carrie, you're heading out too? Did you say?
Yeah, I'm
I think it's time to kill it.
Fade.
Does someone have some?
Unless we want to
Jack?
talk about Hamburger the movie some more.
I know. Blake is sending me links for like $10 for this thing. I'm going, I don't know if it's $10.
I'll buy you a fucking coffee.
That's like a $3 movie in the bargain bin at
All right.
Target or,
I know,
or
right?
Walmart.
$10 DVD. All right. So, like, if I buy this, I'll make you guys copies. But, like, fuck.
Oh damn it! I got a bug in my beer. Son of
Wait,
a
are you talking about
Aw.
Hamburger? Or are you talking about
Fish it
Aspen?
out.
Hamburger. I will
Oh,
not buy
hamburger?
Aspen Extreme. I
I saw Hamburger in the theater too.
saw it.
right there.
Probably
Oh, dude,
masturbated
Oh.
a bunch during.
What is that? What
Nice.
is that?
Bug.
Or
All right, you buy me
Eat
a
it
beer
right.
at Drinkers, and I'll eat it right now.
What is
Yeah.
the booger?
There's a bug that was in my
Bug.
beer.
Oh no!
All right,
Yeah.
down the hatch.
Is it alive?
Oh, talk. Oh wait, he
Yeah.
tasted it.
He did not.
So that's something that does happen with kegerators. That bugs go up into the faucet. Oh yeah.
Let me drink it down now.
So Gak, no, that's something that happens. Bugs
It
crawl
kinda
into
crunched
the.
up my teeth. So I thought I swallowed it, but I guess not. It was on my tongue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
they got a little
bugs
wing
crawl
in
up
between
into
your
Down,
teeth.
down the hatch.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
It's down there.
Yeah.
Nice.
You wish.
That's just wrong.
That's wrong.
All right, folks, we do this every week.
I owe you one.
I don't do that every week, but sometimes.
Only birthdays and Christmases.
Tune in.
Tune in for more hamburger talk next week.
Yeah.
Where Gak will eat a full cockroach.
Oh,
More Aspen, not so extreme.
That's alcohol abuse. If I throw away the bug that's been soaked in beer, it's
Yeah.
like,
God, that
He
bug is
just
so
basically
drunk.
he ate the worm for the best gal.
IBU.
Well, there's a way to go out. Die drinking beer, swimming in it. That's how I want to go out.
Bug has the worst hangover in your stomach right now. He's like, what happened?
All right, so was that episode 175 in the books?
175.
Yeah.
There we go.
I meant to kill creatures, God's creatures.
You just ate a little soul.
Dead already.
Well, he was drunk.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
He's like, this is awesome. Oh, no!
He went out happy.
He's like, wait, there's more beer in here. I love this.
All right, folks.
Funny.
We'll see you next week.
All right, see you, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace.